Oh, that's the name of our team. No, it's not.
That's another good one. Oh, my mouse is acting funny. Don't act funny. I have to do things soon. Stop it. What's going on here?
You see that? No, it disappears.
No, you disappeared.
Oh, never mind.
By the way, what happens if you want to join in on Zoom on an iPad? Can you?
I've done that. It works.
But do you get things like do you get the I thought there were some of these devices you couldn't get the chat or things like that.
The chat doesn't
yeah.
go into the room.
Okay.
That you can see the chat in this room, in the main room, but it doesn't follow you into the breakout room.
Yeah, I just this week joined the cult, and I got an Apple. I got a
Mac.
I got an iPad, but I got it mostly for reading music.
Well,
but just in case I use it for something else.
let's try. Susan, I'm just going to pop in also on iPad. We can just give that little test if you indulge me.
Wow, there's two of you. Oh, wow.
Here, though, there's Wi-Fi. So, hello. And we can't see me. Why not?
I can see you now.
All right. So are you able? But do you have a chat there?
Well, you would in this room, but not in the breakout room.
Let
Oh,
me
we're not
see.
in the breakout room. That's right. It feels like we're in the breakout room.
Yeah.
More chat. I'm hearing myself twice. Hee hee. That's from my iPad. I just made that chat.
So it will, in other words, he'll get the chat here, but it will not follow him when we go to breakout.
That was always my experience.
This is strange.
Sign on with your phone. We can see three of you then.
Let me try something. Gallery view. Susan Gerbic. How can I?
Susan, can you put us back? You're on mute, Susan. Can you put us back into?
Oh, no wonder you weren't answering me.
Yeah.
I
Well-
said, can you? No, I can't put you back because I'd have to put everybody back.
Okay.
Well, nobody's here.
Nobody else is here.
Okay, well, when you go to chat, when you go to your breakout room, I know you can't see the main chat, oh my God, but can you see chat?
Yeah, then you can chat within the room.
But it's not the chat that you had in the main room.
So somebody who has the big chat can post it again in the little room, but you can't see, it doesn't follow you into the breakout room.
Well, we don't really need it.
Wait,
because
that's me
we've
now.
got Rob who always
that's
posts
too
the whole
weird.
thing out anyway. So
Right.
Well, except I'm not going to do that this time, right?
Oh, that's right.
Not for his category anyway.
That's too weird.
Sarah says hello.
Hello, Sarah. I see her
Hi,
hand.
Suzanne.
Sarah's hand. Hey,
Say
Sarah. Give him a wet willy.
Spooky.
You should be on the other side and put your hand up.
Call everybody back, Susan. What the hell's going on?
I don't know, but Sarah's
You're taking too long.
It's like Thing or something from Sarah.
Good
When are they
chatting.
going to send you somewhere else again? Kids.
Yeah. Send
Does
the
it know?
give them a minute to close all rooms.
I think you should go to Arkansas
Oh,
Why?
Why? because they need vaccinations bad over there.
Yeah.
In Michigan too.
Texas, Florida.
Florida's the worst.
I think Arkansas is the worst, isn't it? Or
No, they said
Missouri?
40% of the
Louisiana?
hospitalizations are in Florida.
Florida is the prize winner.
Oh, and DeSantis wants to be president.
This reminds me, Alan, of remember Soupy Sales and he had those hands come in?
No.
Wade Fang and Blacktooth.
Yeah, oh my gosh, you
Blah, blah,
know 'em.
blah, blah,
Give me a category.
Blah,
Give me a
blah,
category.
blah, blah.
Ooh, it's super sales.
Old enough to remember.
Oh,
that.
you got to be a little bit older than Rob to know.
Yeah. Oh, it was
that
the
mean
best.
I'm
It was
old?
the best show.
I remember Soupy
Best
Sales.
I
ever.
remember Soupy Sales.
Yeah.
Somebody
They
should
put
do
it in the West
category in
Coast
Soupy
thing.
Sales.
Did you ever hear the story about they played the joke on him? He went and looked out the to the door to look out because it was going to be one of the dogs. Instead,
Yeah.
they had this completely naked woman standing there.
Was
And
that
they
Susie
just got
Sales?
his yes, they got his reaction. He's
I think I
just
remember
like
that.
going nuts, and none of the kids watching the show knows what's going on, but they just totally set him up. for the-
No, but it was always great
Unexplainable-
because the guys,
unexplainable
the
reaction
crew,
to
the
something
cameramen
going
and
else.
stuff, they were the crew were always laughing. Everybody, it was such a dumb show. It was great.
How can I get a job on that TV station? How does this
I
work?
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
Time
lunch.
machine.
It's lunch with Soupy Sales. On look on it on YouTube. You can find it.
Everybody needs to look up Soupy Sales.
Hi, Deborah. I see
Hi,
Deborah
Rob.
now. Happy birthday again.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday.
you, Deborah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
What rhymes with Deborah?
February.
Deborah.
February? What?
Deborah.
It depends if you're Canadian or not.
Zebra. Happy birthday to Deborah. I hope you didn't get a zebra.
No, so it's in
It's zebra
yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
zebra
it's
doesn't.
called
Zebra.
zebra
Zebra.
in the US,
But
but
it's
yeah,
not zebra.
zebra.
Is it actually? Do you say zebra in Australia?
No,
Or
Yes.
zeb? Do you?
Yeah. Yes,
zebra, but not zebra.
Zebras are in the zoo.
Oh my goodness.
Spelled with a Z, not a Z.
That's right.
Totally different.
Yeah, your XYZs.
My,
That's
my
right.
brother, my brother's name is Jeremy, and when we were in trouble, sometimes when we were little, my father would get us mixed up. Well, not really, but he'd get our names mixed up, and he'd call us Jebra and Jeremy.
I don't think I've ever heard this. In Australia, do you take math or maths?
Maths.
Maths.
Oh,
They're British.
how about Canada? How about Canada?
It's math. We're Americanized on that
Right.
one.
Okay.
Except for where my dad grew up.
Sri Lanka
is maths.
I think New
Except
Zealand is
except for where
math.
my dad grew up, because Dad, you told me that you always said Maz.
Maths? M-A-Z?
Yeah.
M-A-Z is what you pronounced it, Maz.
I mean, there are a lot of them out there, right?
Uh,
A lot of maths.
It's just an odd thing. Okay, so let's get.
Can I just what's going on with Alan? How, what?
Somebody's bothering him on purpose.
Oh.
Thing.
I
That
know
was
this-
the thing.
he's got this really interesting arm that is very flexible.
this is a meme on TikTok with whoa, and people do that kind of thing. And
Pick his
you know,
nose.
you're right. You can't see the your own hand. But I think that's Alan's hand. That's actually
think you
Alan's
should do
hand.
a wet
He's doing that
willy.
very well.
If that was Alan's head, that would be quite a
Stop
quite
it.
an achievement.
Where's the other hand, Alan?
Stop it.
Good boy, Alan. Good boy.
This is almost as
Weird
good as
how he
those
could
dog
do that.
videos with human hands.
He does that so cleverly.
I'm glad she's not recording this. Oh wait, she is.
This is definitely going to go viral.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get Hollywood TV, Netflix, no problem. We'll star Sarah.
I get all the money.
Yeah, right.
Starring. Does she get credit, or is it going to be like Gilligan's Island, where instead of the professor and Marianne, she'll just be
And the
The
others.
rest.
And the arm.
And the rest.
And the rest.
up an arm?
And the rest.
That's Thing from the Addams Family.
That's what it looked like. She should just sit down and play. All right, here we go. So let's get to our names, because this is always such fun. There's been so many amazing things that have happened in the news in the last, since we played last time. So I'm really curious what you guys have come up with social trivia by Susan. This is game number 63. I still haven't gone back to figure out if I'm actually right or if I'm off one game. And season 2, we should figure it out. Season 2, how many episodes of that? But we're on game 63 as far as I can tell.
Episode 6.
Episode 6?
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Okay, so let's do with our group names. I hope you have some clever names for me. And, oh, I forgot to write you guys down. Oh, I always do that. What did I do? White Fang and Blacktooth? This White Fang and Blacktooth. That's not Rob. Who is that?
What?
White Fang and, oh, here comes Paula.
Go look it up.
Dang, I'm looking. Oh, it's you. Oh, and Blacktooth. So it's Alan. Okay, so Alan, Peggy, Saunders, Rob, Mr. Palmer. Okay. And
You want
then-
our team name?
so what is your team name?
Well, originally it was going to be called Susan's Here. Good luck with that. But we've just shortened it to Good Luck with That.
Here comes Robin. Good luck with that. Is there
Good
an
luck with
exclamation
that.
point on that?
Oh, definitely.
Alan, check it out.
Where are we? Who am I
Over
checking?
here. Talking up here.
Kevin.
See, I got another hand.
I can't see you.
What the hell?
You just have one of those handy?
Did you murder a
Oh,
person?
handy. Oh, that's creepy.
I bought it at a store. It's wooden.
So, you know, seances, they used to have all these realistic looking hands that during the dark seance, they would materialize and they were maybe painted with some sort
It's
of
cool.
fluorescent.
It's a piece of wood. I use it on I just have it on my desk sometimes at work.
So
I just
Jeff,
happen to have it
Julie,
home.
Avi.
In case you need a hand at work.
Oh,
case you need a hand.
um,
When I got it at Costco. No, I'm sorry, IKEA. I got it at IKEA. And when I saw it, I left it like this in IKEA. I left it and I just walked away. Then I went back and I said, I have to have it. And I bought it.
So when
Wow.
you get a hand
It's
like that at
so
IKEA,
funny.
does it help you build the stuff that you buy there?
Oh, but it's pretty cool because it's articulated and it's hinged and really nice.
Every time I glance at the camera while he's moving that thing, it creeps me out.
It is
Like
creepy.
it's not. Well, it's like you're moving it in an unnatural way, so it's just like.
I was trying to make it look
hi,
like
Caspian. Hi,
Dr.
Jamie. And who
Looks
else
like
just
it has a
came in?
bandage on.
Hi, Robin.
Oh.
Okay, so I
It's
gotta
just
put you guys
wood.
on team.
Actually, do you know what that symbol is for? Do you know what that means? The way you're doing it now? No. This is for people who don't deserve the very best.
Is that like a reference to something? Okay, so group number 2, which will no longer be known as group number 2, which is, oh my God, I misspelled your name. Oh, that's not the name of the group. Adrian, Ben, Bob, and Gail.
Hey, Gail, take it away.
Well, you give them the name while I get
Okay.
the reference for
Oh
them.
Lord, it's gonna need them. It's gonna need.
Yeah,
a-
this is complicated. It's Bezos Ypsilanti rocket.
And what I hope you're seeing right now is the Ypsilanti Eastern Michigan University water tower, which is the reason for the name.
Ah, nice.
Did he take that from there?
No,
I think
I
he took
don't
it
know.
from a phallus, but
no,
maybe
he
not
took
that
it.
one.
He took it from straight aerodynamics.
So.
And I'm
can
just
someone put that in the
amazed
chat?
that no one's noticed that so many people just noticed the shape of that thing,
come
considering
on.
that they've been flying it for the past 4 years.
But nobody
just
was
the
paying
angle.
attention till now.
Yeah, they weren't paying attention.
We waited until Bezos got in it. That's when it
Yeah.
became the penis rocket.
And this was our name after we calmed it down because there's been this competition between the 2 billionaires. And we decided that he had the bigger one.
So can somebody put it in the chat so I will spell that right? Because I have a feeling I will. not spell
There's
it
at least 3 billionaires.
3 billionaires.
At least.
And I'm going to be talking about the other one. For you, just slide it.
Ooh, I need the chat. I need the chat. How to spell it?
Hey, just
Okay.
give me a sec, I'll get it.
All
for
right.
you.
So the next group is Avi, Jeff, and Julie, Leonard, and Wilma. Who are you guys tonight?
We're vaccinated against all pseudoscience.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
That's very good. Okay,
A
so
little
here's
creepy,
Bezos Ypsilanti rocket.
Yeah,
Ypsilanti, yes.
Oh,
you did very well with that,
Ypsilanti,
Susan.
Michigan is
Well
where
done.
Eastern Michigan
It's really
University is.
freaky. Okay, so room number 3 is vaccinated against all pseudoscience. That's very good. We like that.
We'd like it to be true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number
Vaccines are not
4
100% effective.
is Janine, Karen, Kelly, and Kevin.
Somebody gonna put it in for
We have
us?
silence.
Don't everybody chat all at
I
once.
thought you wrote it down, Janine.
Did you see
I did
Caspian
write
and
it down just to minute.
Caspian and Jamie have Vegemite.
It's
Did you see
Fun.
him? Online Vegemite.
Fun and the-
$1.99.
okay.
Oh
Yum, yum, yum.
my.
Caspian, Jamie, I want to go to, let's go to Gianni's. Deborah, you want to go? Robin, anybody else want to go?
What,
Jamie?
right now? Are you just gonna leave
wanna
everybody
go.
else here?
Let her run. Rob says he's got categories for everything.
I do. Seven categories plus bonuses.
Oh my God, we had
I
to
went
work 7
crazy
hours.
for a while.
So I still am not seeing this. Where is it?
I'm trying to type it in. I didn't realize I had to.
Okay, she's got a chicken that she has to deal with. So you guys, it takes a
No, I'm fine. I'm not sure I know how to.
How does a chicken type? Don't answer that.
You would know. All right,
He
last group.
pecks at it.
Deborah, Jane, Carl, and Mono.
What if you had an Olympics and nobody came?
I like that.
So here it is again, the third time.
Well, I didn't know it was that. I thought she was a rhetorical question you were expecting us to answer.
We could try.
And I just saw the chat come up with, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're running it, it does everything closes when you click on something else. Funk and the flawed foolish fellows flying phallic. Phallic?
Alec? How'd you spell that?
Phallus.
Is that right?
Is that spelled right?
I didn't quite
No.
get it right. Phallus. Yeah.
How do you spell it correctly?
Somebody correct me. There we go. Thank
Kelly
you.
put it up there.
Thank you.
So you have to go open chat again to find it. Okay, here we go. Phallus. Okay, there you go.
Put it on another monitor.
It is. It is on another monitor and it just
No.
goes.
She needs a 5th monitor.
No, I
No,
don't.
it's Zoom. Zoom is weird that way.
It does. I have it on one monitor, the chat's over here. And then if I go over to something else, chat closes.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
That seems wrong.
Well, I think that Zoom should have fixed that, but I
I
don't think they
agree.
knew that they were going to have everybody in the world needing to be on it. Oops, I just typed the word phallus.
Well, what motivation do they have to fix it?
Yeah, like where are we going to go?
Yeah, people are gonna use it
Teams
anyway.
doesn't do that, but nobody.
Yeah, but no one wants to use a Microsoft product.
Yeah, right.
And who wants to use Teams when you can do it all on this? Okay, so we are set. Oh, the stress.
By the
All
way,
right.
regarding the team with the vaccination in the name, I am going to do a critical thinking talk for recovering from religion. And that's the name I came up with. I like that.
Vaccinated against all pseudoscience.
Inoculating yourself against false beliefs.
And that's true.
What they say
You
about
need to
great
inoculate.
minds.
Inoculate. Okay, so here are the team names for tonight. For game number, what did I say, 63? 62?
63.
63. We are at game
68.
number 63 on July 22nd, 2021. Julio 22, 2021.
What?
Yeah, the
Season
game
two,
is
episode
63. I haven't spoke Spanish since probably the last time I spoke Spanish. Which, thanks
That'll
you
do
guys.
it. That'll do it every time.
I mean, like
I
A
doubt
truest
that.
statement
the
was never
last
made.
time I spoke Spanish on this call was probably the last time I have spoke Spanish. That's what I mean.
Ah.
So the
Worthy of
teams
Yogi
are
Berra.
good luck with that. Good luck with that. Who's going to be competing against Bezos Ipsani rocket,
Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti rocket
It worked.
versus against vaccinated against all pseudoscience versus Funk and the flawed foolish fellows flying phallus.
Very good.
And
That's good.
playing against what if you had Olympics and nobody came? All right, so we're ready to start. So Robert Palmer,
Do I have the power?
not yet. I'm trying to find you on the damn screen.
Don't have the
It's
power.
good moving around. Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
I like Jamie and Caspian's Subway franchise there.
Yeah.
It's got
Great.
foot-long Vegemite subs.
They're
would
getting
make-
into the Australian spirit. Okay, and
Cool.
tonight we have Rob, then Gail, then Jeff, then Isabella, then Mano. And Isabella said she'll be here by 8. And there's several people who aren't here. Who is that?
Well, there
A
are
friend of
billions
mine-
of
the
people
friend-
that aren't here.
A friend of mine in Germany just posted that. That's hilarious.
What does it say? The
The
mask?
mask goes over your nose.
Oh. Mike
Excellent.
Mike Wolf did tell me that, oh, Paul is here somewhere. Mike Wolf told me he really wants to watch the video. So make sure you're very entertaining for Mike because he can't be here. He was here for a few minutes and he says he'll watch the video. So make sure we're
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. This is for you.
extra entertaining for him and all the other people who, all of our thousands of
Potential fans.
Hey, hi,
Potential
Mike. Thanks
fans.
for doubling the view count on this video.
God, how come we don't have a Netflix series?
Oh, no.
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Okay, we ready to go? Is everybody ready?
We ready to go with our 8 o'clock trivia starting at 9:20?
Okay, first category is not Bezos' company, not Branson's company. It's the one that's important. It's actually doing something in space. SpaceX, the company founded by Elon Musk with the goal of reducing space transportation costs. And this last part's iffy, to enable colonization of Mars.
So is the category Elon Musk or what's the
SpaceX? No, it is SpaceX.
Good luck with that.
I have
that's
Leonard,
that's
so
our
I'm
team.
great. We have Leonard, so we're great.
Okay. So these are all questions. These are all questions about the company. Who's muting people?
Kelly,
Got it. Go.
3, 2, 1. Everyone's muted, including you.
Okay. First question is, everybody knows the name, I hope, SpaceX, but what is the company's actual full name? Question number 2. SpaceX's headquarters is located on, I love this, Rocket Road. In what state is this? Question number 3. In what year was SpaceX founded? I'm going to be generous here and give you plus or minus 5. Question number 4. As of this last February, because that's the last date I could find, how many employees did SpaceX have? Multiple choice. And for the recording, because they can't see the chat, it's less than 3,000, between 3 and 6,500, between 6,500 and 9,500, or over 9,500. Question number 5. SpaceX has made history by successfully landing its orbital rocket system's first stage boosters. The first time this occurred in December 2015. Where did the booster land? On an autonomous spaceport drone ship, the ASDS, in the Atlantic Ocean, or back at the launch site? 50-50 shot there. Question number 6. SpaceX had several aforementioned ASDSs. Which of these is not the name of one? A shortfall of gravitas, just read the instructions, of course I still love you, or per aspera ad astra. They're nothing but if not creative. Question number 7. In February 2018, using a Falcon Heavy rocket system for the very first time, SpaceX became the first private company to launch a payload into heliocentric orbit. The aphelion was 1.66 AUs, reaching beyond the orbit of Mars. Name the memorable but non-functional payload. Question number 8. The February 2018 Falcon Heavy mission that I just mentioned accomplished another first regarding recovery operations. What was this impressive event? Question number 9. In March 2019, SpaceX achieved a first for a private company concerning the International Space Station. What milestone was accomplished? And finally, question number 10. SpaceX became the first private company to send humans into orbit. Take that, Bezos and Branson. When in May 2020, its Crew Dragon spacecraft was launched to the ISS with 2 NASA astronauts aboard. This was also the first time a crewed vehicle had launched from the US since 2011, when the shuttle fleet was retired. For 1 point, name either astronaut on this historic mission. And if you get both correct, you can use the extra point in place of one you lost elsewhere. And that is it. Any questions?
I think we got it. And we see that Ben's got a new player. Hello, Jordan. Welcome. Everybody say hi to Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
I gotta take off my headphones so that Jordan can hear.
Oh, hi, Jordan.
Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. Do you know any of these? Don't say which ones, but do you know any of these?
You know any of these? No.
Oh, so he has to tell Jordan the questions. Well, Jordan can read them too, I'm sure. All right, so I think these are all straightforward. Very good. I'll be over into the room that is Rob's room. Good luck with that. But it'll take me a minute because I got to make some appointments. I'm gonna go get my hair cut. I have to assign some people who came in late. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. Everybody do well, play nice, be nice, and I'll push some people into your room in a second.
Thanks. So this one is.
So let's put Paula there. And let's put them in there. And Robin can go to let's put her over there. That is
Hell in a handbasket is brown.
in a hell of a handbasket. I've been watching the news. I read the article, the couple articles that are talking about your subdivision. One day it was like a positive news article. Next day, today's was like, oh, this ain't happening news article. Very interesting.
Oh, what newspaper?
Herald.
Oh, I need to read that.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were saying it ain't gonna happen, but the first time they did an article a day or two ago, they were talking about, oh, that lawyer you were talking about. This was such a good thing. What a great idea. And then today's article was like, well, there's gonna be like, how many ambulances are going to be coming through here, and there's no fire road, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So today had the negative kind of stuff on it. It's very interesting. And then they had a supervisory vote. It's coming down to one person's going to make the decision.
I know it's going to be Wendy Askew.
And what do you think she's going to say?
I hope she'll say no. I think
But you don't know. You haven't
Yeah.
talked, nobody's talked to her. She hasn't been public about how she feels.
She hasn't talked to us. I think we've written letters and things.
But you don't know how she's going to vote. So it's very interesting.
Correct.
Phillips came in on your side, and the two people, Alejo and the other one, who voted for it, their reasons are stupid. We need more housing in the area. We need more affordable housing. It's like, well, this is
not affordable housing. This
and
is
it isn't housing. It's a retirement home. It's just stupid, the reasons they had. So maybe there's some sort of, anyway, go to your room, because I got to go to my room.
This is
Yeah,
sorry,
but what came first?
I'm here.
Sorry,
I'm
which
here to
question
save the day. Da, 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 da. I'm going to break all the ties.
which question are we doing now? Sorry.
The year that it was founded.
2002, says Paula. So I'm happy with that.
I think it bears some discussion.
Within 5 years?
No, 2002.
I know, but it wasn't the answer within 5 years.
Oh, within 5 years. Yeah.
That makes it sound like it must be an older thing.
Well, it seems like Branson's been doing it longer, and Branson did it for 17 years, and this would be 19.
Paula?
I think it's old.
You're talking about SpaceX?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was 2002.
What came first? Did SpaceX come first, or did he use the money he made with Tesla to start SpaceX?
Well, Tesla's not that, Tesla's like 2003 or
Tesla
4,
came
it's
first.
like after.
So you think SpaceX was pre-Tesla?
I think it's after.
Where did he make his money?
I think on Tesla. It wasn't SpaceX. Well, he's not that old.
Yeah,
Pa-
he's in
Might
his
be
Paula
50
is-
something.
Paula, is it possible 2002 is Tesla and not SpaceX?
No,
I don't care. I'm just here
we
to.
can go back to
stop.
that. Let's go to the next one.
All right,
Okay.
let's do that. Okay, the next one is number of employees. It'd be a guess on my part.
You know,
It's
I don't think,
thousands. I
I
don't know
don't think
for
there are,
sure.
I don't know that it's that huge. I think he's got a pretty lean operation.
So we say A, under 3,000?
Because you know what? What do you consider an employee? Because there's probably a lot of
Contract work?
Yeah,
contractors and buying stuff and that's made somewhere else. And
I would
That's
say A or
okay.
B. Yeah.
because I've never heard of it being a great, huge employer or anything like that.
Shall we say B?
I think A.
It's a guess. It's a pure guess.
Paula, you're there?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's thousands, but I'm not sure of the amount.
Less than 3, between 3 and 6,500.
I can't see the options because I can't see the.
Okay, the
does it
options
say for
are
me?
A, less than 3,000, B, between 3 and 6,500, C, between 6,500 and 9,500, or D, over 9,500. And
Well,
I initially,
My
I put,
heart's going for D, but I know the group's not going for that.
you think it's a lot of
but I-
people.
Yeah, because they have more than one place because they're situated not only in Hawthorne where they're developing stuff, but also in Florida.
But that doesn't necessarily mean they employ that a huge number of people.
That's what I think. I think they're not employing. I think they're contractors. Oh, there's probably a bunch of contractors.
Are we assuming that she's not, that he's not including contract work?
Well, if it says how many employees you have, you didn't include contractors, would you? I don't know. ASDS, what does that mean?
He said what it meant in the question. Let me look at it again.
All
So
right,
are
let's look. I'm going to put B just because I'm going to put B, and we'll revisit it because we got to get to the other questions. 5.
I think it landed on the ship.
I think it landed. Yeah, that's
Landed on the
what-
ship.
I think it landed
That's
in
what I got.
Florida.
No, it was out on
But it was on
the
the ship.
it was out on the sea. They made a
Yeah, it was-
big deal out of that.
I think it was
I
a
don't
big
think that
deal.
was the
Yeah.
first one, though.
You think it was the second one that landed on the sea thing?
I think so.
I think so. I think the first
So
one. was
you
on
think this one came back to the launch site?
No, the latest, they did it later. But first they had to try and get it
I
to land
think-
somewhere, and it was out on the, it was out
It was
on
in the
like,
water. They wouldn't have
Well, I
landed.
would have
it at the
landed
land
on
site.
the water than on land. I would think the first one would be on land if I recall.
But it
No,
would
I'm
be
almost-
safer to land it in the water.
I'm almost sure it was on the drone that it was out on the water.
I must admit, the first time I remember seeing anything like that coming back down to earth, it landed on a ship in the water.
Which, yeah, I think we just have to vote on it because
Safer.
it could have been that became
Water.
news because it was the first time. I'm with water,
right.
water.
If we're wrong, we're wrong. It's okay.
We've been wrong before.
SpaceX has what is it? What is
I
an
just
AS?
asked. I don't know what that is.
It's
Can
an
you Google it?
autonomous spaceport drone ship,
Oh,
which is in the first category, the category right before that.
Oh,
then this is a pure guess. Who knows? Well, unless you
which
do.
one does it sound like Rob would have made up? Do you think Rob would have made up per Aspra ad Astra?
The odd one
Of
out
course I
there is
still love you.
probably is B.
C is real. I know that
I
for
think
sure.
that does sound
Wow.
familiar. Something about love. I think
When
if
that- when
Rob
they-
was making something up, I think it would be B.
I'm
Because
inclined to
C-
agree.
Yeah.
C was the one that the first one that went up and came back and landed successfully. It came back to its lover. It came back
Oh.
to the pad. So C actually was a great name. That's the only
Okay.
one I know.
Now,
do
number
remember
7 is they sent up a car, didn't they?
It's a Tesla Roadster.
That's right.
Non-functional payload. Well, non-functional where it ended up.
Well, it can't drive in space, so it's not very
Right.
functional.
Pretty non-functional.
That's actually going to be heading. It's going to orbit close to Mars, then back to Earth, and around and back. It's on a big journey.
What did what was the answer for C or for 6?
For 6, B.
B.
Yeah, okay.
Because it just sounds like something Rob would make, because he
Yeah.
has to make it up. So that's why I'm saying it sounds
In
like.
February
something like that.
2018, which seems like a million years ago, Falcon Heavy mission accomplished another first regarding recovery operations. What was this impressive event?
God,
Um,
I can't remember past 2019.
I don't know what they recovered.
There was years before 2019, I think. 2018.
I mean, the last year and a half have seemed like 6 years.
Yeah, but going to 2019 feels like ancient history.
Yeah.
2018 Falcon Heavy mission accomplished.
I haven't got a clue. No clue. Let's just go
Covering
back.
operations.
Yeah.
It was impressive, whatever it was.
Well, let's answer the ones we can answer. We'll go back.
Okay.
In March 2019, SpaceX achieved a first for a private company concerning the ISS.
I think it was
delivered a payload.
because it docked. I think
It
it was
docked,
able
yeah.
to dock.
I think.
Could we say
docked
docked or delivered a payload? Because obviously.
Same thing.
it's
You'd
the
have
same.
to dock to deliver.
Let's say
a payload.
docked and delivered.
Yeah.
Docked and delivered. Oh, sorry.
Sounds like a rock song, doesn't
It
it?
does. Docked and delivered.
Stand and deliver.
Stand and deliver.
10. SpaceX became the
Oh, that
first
was going to be
private
my
company.
whole category next week. Adam and the ants. So I'll have to write a new category.
Stand and deliver. Private company to send humans into orbit.
Blah, blah, blah.
Wait, I'm losing myself on how long this question is.
It's a long question.
So basically there were 2 astronauts on that mission. Name one or both. Hopefully both.
Well, didn't they have like a weird, it was a weird name. Like they got a weird nickname because their names were together. I'm trying to remember what it
Oh,
was.
Bob and.
Bob
Okay,
and
I
Doug.
can't believe I
Bob and
remember
Doug.
this. Bob
It was
and,
Bob and Doug, but I don't remember their last names, but it's Robert and Doug.
yes,
Oh, it was Bob and Doug
Bob
like
and
the
Doug, that was a joke. You
because
know,
that's Bob and Doug
McKenzie
McKenzie.
brothers. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
so if we get Bob and Doug, but we don't get their last names, but we got 2 of their names, does that count as one answer and we still get the point?
Rob's
Yeah.
here. Ask him.
I guess not.
Rob, are you here?
Yeah, he's
I'm here. No, I don't think that would be fair.
Damn
I'm
it.
not
I
I'm
don't
not here
remember
to
their
be-
last
I'm not
name.
here to be
Sure.
fair. I'm here
I
to
came
win.
up
Like
with
saying
that.
some guy named Neil landed on the moon.
No, I came up with Bob. I think Bob and Doug. I think. we did well.
That's don't worry, people.
Let me think
Other
about it.
teams,
Let me
other
look.
teams,
Opry.
other
Hello,
teams are having
Opry.
the same problems. Don't worry.
Is that Blacktooth or Whiteface?
Let's go back to 8. We've got at least something we've got for all the other ones except for 8.
February 2018.
Regarding recovery. What was this? An impressive feat regarding recovery.
Could there have been
What-
something from the ISS that had like thrown something over the board or something?
Oh,
that-
I dropped it. It's all right. We'll get it later.
Well, it sounds like the other questions, that it landed successfully, came back and landed on the pad successfully. But we sort of had that question already.
What did they recover? Okay, what goes up? It's the
Well, they
there's a
might have
capsule.
recovered something in space. They might have picked up space trash or
Was it, or was it
The
something
littering
about their
basket they had with
rockets?
the little
That's a good point.
Was this the first time they did the Falcon rocket?
because there's a capsule and a rocket. So maybe one of them was
Or maybe it was a satellite recovery.
yeah. It could have been something else that they went up to get.
satellite recovery.
And that would be impressive if they recovered a satellite and brought it back. I don't know if they did, but
I think that's very good. Okay, so going back, what is it we're not sure of?
Well, we've got answers for everything.
Well,
So
we don't have
number-
last names for 10.
Except for
I'm
10.
trying to think of one of them if I can remember, because I really remembered Bob and Doug because that was funny.
But their last name is not Mackenzie, but you could put it.
It's not Mackenzie. That would have been too hilarious.
That's
So-
too funny.
What was the company's full name? Because I don't know. I came in after these.
We put space exploration.
And then
Space exploration for sure, I think.
number
I don't
two?
remember if there's anything else after that.
what state
Number
is it
2,
located?
we've
Hawthorne.
got California.
Hawthorne, California. I've been there.
Now, number 3, it's up for debate. Paula says
I'm saying
2002.
2002, and I'm not changing on that.
And since I simply don't know, I will just go with whatever the majority think.
Well, I would go with Paula because she's so convinced.
I'll go with Paula. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Paula, good on you to remember any of it.
Four, we've got, just because I had to put something for the number of employees, I've put B.
I think it's
between 3,000 and 6,500.
I think it's A.
You think it's A? Why?
Because I don't think them as a big employer. And I think that they're using contractors and other things. That's
even
why
if they had-
I think it's
if
a
they-
lower number.
But if they had
that's-
4,000, that's still a low number.
And really, Susan, it's as of February 2021, and they're gearing up for this big event. They have to hire all kinds of people to get this giant dildo into space or whatever they're flying. And I think they probably have more now than they did last year.
Do you think that okay, so like more employees, would you think that they have people who are caterers working for the company? Supplying food, maintenance, janitors. I think they probably just hire contractors for all that stuff. I think
we don't know. We don't know.
And we don't know what Rob's definition of employee is. I mean, it ought to be employee.
Somebody who's getting a 401k.
But-
Well, let's compromise and put B, because it's a compromise between the big numbers and the small numbers.
All right. That's fine. I'm happy.
Honestly, it does. If it's wrong, it's wrong. It's not like, well.
Susan, you'll get to say, I told you so.
Okay.
I'll
try to hold back.
Hang on, here's Rob. Rob, is an employee one who is, what's definition of employee, like full, as opposed to a contractor? It's a full-time employee.
Like somebody who's got a 401k and insurance and.
That's how it was listed as their employee. So I assume that is the case, because in the US, a contractor wouldn't be listed as an employee.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys almost done? I think everyone else finished. I was going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're just going over our answers.
I think
we're ready for re-entry.
We can come back.
Very good.
Good luck.
Good job, team.
Good luck.
In the 50s, Studebaker became a common Russian word just to refer to any sort of truck because of how many we sent over during the war.
We got sent back
That was like
fast.
5 seconds.
Yeah, that was 5 seconds instead of 50.
Yeah, that apparently is never working anymore. Keeps being.
Susan, can you send us back just for a minute? Because we didn't, it said we had a minute and then it kicked us out.
Yeah, I can do that. So before I
Zoom
send
has
you
a problem
back,
they're not aware of, because they never seem to be fixing that.
before I
so it's
send
gonna
you
go-
back, I need to let you know Isabella can't make it today and she has the 4th category. So if there's somebody who has a category ready who wants to do it, let me know.
Are we leaving again?
If you need to leave, go ahead
Only
and
if
leave.
you want to.
If you don't want to leave, don't have to leave.
Oh, what are we
Another thing that's odd is that the chat is disappearing.
Hey, Susan.
Huh?
Did Bob go into a different group?
I put him back into another group. Yeah, I after having this conversation about where to put his audio versus his thing, and then I put him in separate rooms. Was he in your room and he was just the audio or something?
No, he was in our room and we were
in our
talking
group,
to
and
him,
now he's gone.
and he disappeared.
Let me check, Susan. I'll see if I got some questions I can help you out
Okay,
with.
but he was talking to you guys,
Yeah.
but
He
his
was in our
picture
naming
wasn't
group.
there, right?
No, his
But he
picture
wasn't-
was there. His chickens were there. We were talking away and then he left and then he was.
I
in the
pushed him
meeting
in the
room.
other room because the other group said, Bob's in our room, but we can't hear him.
Oh, maybe he did 2 connections.
He did, and I split them, and I thought, what was I doing that for? Because I'd written them down for one room, but not the other.
His other one's just for the chat.
Yeah. Alan and Paula just went to back to our room for some strange reason. They're
Well,
just
there's a
talking to
thing
each other
up,
there.
Susan, there's a thing up inviting us back to our room.
Yeah, but if you don't need to go, you don't need to go.
Not now.
Susan, can you hear me?
Yes.
If you need it, I can chime in straight away with 10 general trivia questions.
Okay, let's see if anybody else is going to fight you on that. I know.
Is he in a room that someone already is doing a category though?
You know what? That would be best is if they were in the room with the room that
Isabella was gonna be
let's
in.
see.
But I'll wait for next week.
Well, no, let me see, because all I have is it would be Janine, Karen, Kelly, Kevin, or Robin.
Oh, Kevin probably has one.
He's on mute, so I don't know.
I'll bet you Kevin has one on standby.
Kevin?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I started writing 3 of them. I got different questions for
Kelly,
3
do
different
you
ones,
have
but
a
not one
category for
question.
tonight?
I have my Vonnegut category that I didn't use because nobody knows Vonnegut. So
Or Susan could just pull one out of the file cabinet.
I could, and I could do it. Robin? No.
I could
Karen?
I can come up with something during the break.
Let me know if you don't, and then I'll.
It's a 10, right?
Yeah, and Janine?
All right. Well, I'll wait till next week then, Susan.
No, if you're ready.
No, it'd be better if it came out of the group that Isabella would have been in.
But it's not a bonus category, right?
Regular category.
It's a regular category.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a bonus.
I can do something if we don't, or I'll have Saunders do it. We'll figure something.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not hard. It's not like I'm such help anyway. I'm just there to say, no, I don't agree. I think it should be this.
Is there some magic number that 4, we have to have 4?
For what?
Yeah, we don't.
No, we
can have
don't.
three- we can have 3 and we can do that. We can have 3 in a
3
supplement.
and a bonus.
And then we'll go to bed earlier.
We could just make it a shorter night.
Yeah, that works.
I
can
We got such a late start anyway.
I think that's probably not a bad idea because it puts pressure off to having to suddenly come up with a category
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. I bet you all the East Coast people are in favor of that.
Yay.
I'm okay
I
with
thought
that.
you guys all wanted to stay up and play for the whole
I
night.
still haven't passed.
It is the whole night already.
Kelly hasn't. Huh?
How about doing it, but it's a quick one?
I might have a quick one.
What does that mean?
Like a 5-question one?
I have
There's no such thing as a quick category.
No,
Yeah,
I have them already written. I think I might be able to do
I
it.
feel like anyone who says they have a quick category and
Are you going to call that other team back? They've had far too long to be away.
Or
Could
we
you
could
do
say,
a double bonus round? I got a bonus round, and
No, I don't have a bonus.
I could
we
do
could
it.
You don't
say
need
is
a bonus.
during
Bonuses
the
take
break,
too long.
everybody come up with one question. So like 10 people each ask one question. No theme, just ask a
That's
question.
a good idea.
True or
A
false?
double
The answer to
bonus.
this question
No.
is false.
Every team come up with 2 questions.
No.
No.
Oh, why don't we just have 3 and a bonus?
No.
3 and a
bonus,
bonus.
fine.
Second 3 and a bonus.
Oh, yes.
bonus.
I don't know what I'm saying no to anymore. Okay.
What about 3 and 2 bonuses?
All right. Is everybody back? Is everybody
Susan
back?
could do
I
the
can't tell.
men's baby pictures.
Oh, I have.
No.
I'm going to mute everybody for a second. Sorry, I just muted everybody because there's too much going on. Susan, Kevin is in the room that Isabella's supposed to be in. He was saying he has a bonus category ready. He wasn't asking you to write a bonus.
Okay, I don't have a bonus category
No,
ready for tonight. We
Kevin
don't
has
have a reason for a bonus category unless we want to have 2 bonus categories.
2 bonus?
That was it.
Great idea.
Kevin was saying we'd have 2 bonus categories. One would be him, who was in the room that Isabella was already in.
Ah,
Why can't we have 2 bonus categories?
I guess we can. We make our own rules. Okay, 2 bonus categories. Kevin and Mano. Everybody happy?
Mm-hmm.
I want my people happy. Rob doesn't like it. Why does Rob not like it?
Just seeing everyone's smiling face
Rob's a
and hearing
contrarian.
Susan's voice makes us happy.
Okay, we ready for the answers?
Okay.
Are we
That
ready
means
for
yes.
the answers?
Yes.
Well, we're all muted. It's hard for us to say so.
All right, thumbs up works. Okay. The first one, and I did not actually know this, having followed this company forever, because it's SpaceX, SpaceX, SpaceX. That's all you ever hear, right? It is Space Exploration, which is the X, Technologies Corp.
Would you settle for space exploration, or do you need the whole thing?
At least technologies.
You need
The
technologies.
corp is a little weird because in fact it is not corporation. It is corp, which is weird.
Oh, then you need technologies.
Yes.
I think we got it right.
No.
Technology close enough?
We got space
I think we figured
exploration.
out space exploration.
Space exploration technology as a minimum.
All right.
All right. The state is, most of you people live there, so you freaking should have got this. Cali.
Nobody says Cali.
No,
that lives
no
in
such thing. California.
Nobody
California.
says Frisco if they're from
It's in
Cali.
Hawthorne. I've been there before.
Nobody
I got to
says
visit
Cali.
I heard somebody say they passed it on a train, but they weren't sure if that was it. It's actually just south of Los Angeles proper, as I understand it.
Yeah, it's in the LA. I actually used the supercharger there once.
Okay.
It's not that far from the airport.
I had a car that had a supercharger.
Okay, the year, which I gave you a lot of leeway for, so just figuring out when this technology was available and whatever. Hopefully, most of you got it. It was 2002.
Yay,
Oh
Paula.
my God. Paula,
Yay,
arguing
Paula.
hard to keep
Pull it out of your
2002.
brain.
Good job, Paula.
18.
All right,
Wow.
how big is this company with its employees? Well, it is in fact over 9,500.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
All right. I can't say I told you so. I can say it, but it isn't true.
It takes a lot of people to run in those squirrel cages to get that much power.
No, I was thinking that contractors were doing a lot of the work and contractors aren't employees.
Not at SpaceX.
All right, now the next one, I'm actually going to play a video.
Oh no.
So interestingly, and the next question, am I up to that one yet? I don't want to make the mistake. Yes, made history by successfully landing its orbital rocket system. Where did it first land it? And this was easy to mess up because in fact, they had an episode of a TV show, Young Sheldon. I'm going to show you the last 2 minutes of it, which they showed this.
2 minutes?
And
2 minutes
maybe
is like 100 years.
maybe a minute, and they got it wrong. At least they got the date right, but they neglected to mention that this was not the first landing. But oops, I'm sure I didn't hit share audio.
So are you going to tell us what the answer is, or are you going to show everybody?
I'm going to show you the clip and tell you that this is actually sort of wrong.
All right.
Share the screen share. But this is cute because the premise here was that young Sheldon was visited by a NASA administrator for his classroom in.
Bravo, bravo.
Where's the peanuts? That's good.
Who did
Share
that?
at your
Very
peril.
good. Bonus points. I wish I did
Children,
that. I could do
children,
that.
children, children.
No soup for you.
So a NASA engineer goes to a classroom describing the space shuttle program in the late 80s. And Sheldon Cooper, who's going to be Dr. Sheldon Cooper, young Sheldon at 10 years old or so, says, "That's ridiculous, just throwing the boosters into the ocean. Why would you do that?" And they say, "Well, it's not possible to actually bring them back. That would be an impossible feat of technology." So he spends the rest of the episode figuring it out on his computer and then sending his notebook with all the answers and how to do this to NASA. So this is the scene at the end of that episode.
For the first time, SpaceX has successfully landed its Falcon 9 rocket on a drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean. SpaceX founder Elon Musk called the event an incredible milestone in the history of space.
That's Sheldon Cooper's book he sent in 25 years earlier.
Hang on.
That's funny.
Send him in.
Now we know the answer.
That's where Elon got the idea.
That's where he
So
got
the
idea.
answer is a ship.
No, that's what I started to say before. They got it wrong. The answer was it was landed at the launch site. The first time it was landed on the ship was the date they showed, but it was landed
No
on
one
the launch
believes
site,
me.
December
No
2015.
one believes
you, Paula.
Whatever.
Oh, man. All right. So sorry about that. But yeah,
So
I mean,
that's actually a really tricky question, Rob.
it is. I was convinced when I looked at the Wikipedia. No, this is wrong. That would be harder. Why would they do that first? And then
Yeah, so the first several attempts were done on ships
and
because they were pretty sure it was going to fail and they didn't want it to blow up on land.
Good point.
You were right, Ben.
Did anybody get that?
Yeah, we did. For
Yeah,
clarification, what is the correct answer?
The correct answer, it was landed the first time at the launch site.
Yep.
All right. Do you have
The
the video?
first ship recovery happened 4 months after that, which is the one they showed, CNN showing as if it was a first.
Right.
So, all right. Question number 6. This was the names. And I heard people getting this wrong because those people on SpaceX are crazy. Because, of course, I Still Love You is, in fact, the name of the ship that landing was shown on. The one that is wrong is the one I made up, Per Aspera ad Astra, which means through hardship to the stars, which is the logo or motto of the Planetary Society.
And we knew you were going to do that. We figured that.
All right.
Like
So
Ben and Jordan got it right.
What letter, please?
that
Got it
was
right.
D as in dog.
D is in
Thank you.
Dakota.
Now, I think most people got this one. I think most people, Jesus Christ. I think most people got this one right.
Was it easy?
I am going to show the video. I was watching this at my company.
Easy and you can figure it out if you don't know it.
Yeah, I was watching this as it happened live with my engineering friends at Lockheed Martin, and like there were tears in our eyes. This was amazing. So
We're gonna watch her cry.
see the screen?
Yeah.
Who's going to draw on it this time?
Of the Falcon Heavy. Yes,
Lindsay has a
the
mustache.
Falcon.
Oops.
Okay, it's 34 minutes long.
No, that's not the.
I can see your answers. I can see your answers. Show your answers.
That's a lot of
Okay,
tabs
the
you've got
answers
open.
now.
Boy, he puts a lot.
Coming up on fairing separation. Center core side engines on power, also look good. Booster, boost back, shutdown.
Oh, man. I was trying to draw a mustache on him and he moved.
So you're saying the answer is a car?
The answer is his yes, cherry red Tesla Roadster. Elon Musk specifically. Elon Musk.
But why
It
did,
was
why
a
did you
roadster.
say
It was the Tesla Roadster. It was
why
Elon
did
Musk.
you say it was non-functional? The car worked.
Because there was no engine
Doesn't
in
drive
it.
very well in space, I'm going to say.
I don't think
It takes a long time to stop those brakes.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 traffic. Okay, next.
Okay, the one about the 2018 Falcon Heavy mission accomplishing another first regarding recovery operations. Once again, this was like amazing to watch as an aerospace design engineer to see this happen live and in real time.
Entry burn shutdown.
And even though those look very similar, those two boosters views, those are actually representing different boosters. And they're heading towards Earth. They're about to begin their landing burns. We'll hopefully be able to bring you nice footage of that.
Both side boosters transonic.
And watch for the landing lights deploy at the tail end of that landing burn.
And that landing burn has started.
Both boosters looking to be on track towards their respective landing zones.
Landing burns have started. Side boosters landing legs have deployed.
And the Falcons have landed.
So what was the answer?
They successfully recovered their two boosters at the landing site. That's the first ever. Twin boosters landing simultaneously.
Almost simultaneous.
Yeah.
That certainly didn't sound like NASA.
And as all, we're engineers watching this, and we kind of have those kinds of, when we watched our spacecraft launched on a vehicle, we'd have that reaction on our planes, yes. And that just like hit home with us, because yeah, that's not NASA.
Did you cry?
Pretty much. So yeah, back in 1990, I was working for a small company, and we were approached by Pratt & Whitney. And this was the first time NASA was trying to land a vehicle back after launching something. And we were part of like 3 or 4 companies that were competing to see if we could do it. And Pratt & Whitney came to my small company telling us about the project, and we were going to be a small part of it. And we engineers looked at each other and they're crazy. There's no way they can do this. And in fact, we were right. They failed. Every company back in the early 90s failed to be able to do this. And probably because the computer technology and control wasn't there yet. So to actually see it happen was amazing. Okay, so number 9. I don't think people generally got this right. I heard people saying that it was a supply ship to the International Space Station. But that actually happened in 2012. This is 2019, and the answer, it was the first private company to dock a crew-capable spaceship at the ISS. It was the unmanned flight of the Crew Dragon.
Well, we put the first to dock, so.
But it wasn't the first to dock.
No, it has to be a crew-capable spaceship, because the first to dock was in 2012.
Yep.
Yeah, we got that wrong.
Okay, so number 7, what was the answer?
7 was Elon's Tesla Roadster.
Well, then what was 6?
What was 6?
D.
Oh,
D.
Oh, okay.
D.
I've got the spreadsheet over here. It was off one. I couldn't remember, see where it was. Okay.
Okay, and the last one was Bob Benke and Doug Hurley.
We got the first names.
Yeah, we
And
bought
we
Bob
did
and
too.
Doug. I think their names are McKinsey.
No, we got an astronaut.
Got 1.5.
Yep.
So Hurley's wife actually flew in the next mission, and they made a big point of that in the news. So you guys should have had that last name, because it was
You
too.
repeat number 8, please, Rob.
Number 8 was the twin first stage booster successfully landing at the launch site.
I wrote recovered twin boosters at the landing site, Jamie.
Yep.
And that's it.
And that's it. Very good. Now I know a lot about SpaceX. Fantastic.
So after watching all of that and keeping up with the history of that, to watch people shoot a rocket straight up, or the plane, and fly a few thousand feet up, is like, this is ridiculous, in my opinion.
Well, what most people don't appreciate is it takes almost 100 times the amount of energy to go into orbit as it does to get up as far as those little pea shooters got.
Right, and you get like 4 minutes. Like really, you're gonna rest your life for that?
There you go, Kevin.
Take off, eh?
Take off, eh?
Take off.
All right, good luck with that. How many
Okay,
points?
our score is, I've got a video to show you what our score is. Hang on. 3.
And this was Rob's team. 3. Rob, just keep that in mind, mister. Bezos Ypsilanti rocket. What do you got?
5, I believe, right, Ben?
What?
Is that right, Ben? You're muted, Ben.
Ben, you're muted.
Sorry, I have 4 for us, because do you concur?
I had 5.
Which other, because I don't know what we put down. Let me verify.
So number 8, 7, 6, 3, 2. So 2,
Okay.
3, I'm backwards.
Okay.
We okay?
Yep.
5?
Yep.
All right, vaccinated against all pseudoscience.
8.
8? Who was on that team?
Yeah, sorry, folks.
Leonard.
I didn't do
Yeah.
that well.
Julie, Wilma, and Avi.
I talked us out of a correct answer. That was annoying.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, which one, Leonard?
The twin boosters, I thought that was too obvious.
No, wait, I thought we got that one. Did we change that?
No, we changed it to when they caught up pairing in a net.
All right, so I need the score for Funk and the Flawed Foolish Fellows Flying Phallus.
4.
4. And what if you had an Olympics and nobody came?
8.
8, and it's 10 o'clock and we finished round 1. Are you sure you don't
It's
want to
not
just do 3
10.
plus a bonus?
It's only 8.
For some people.
9.
Yeah,
It's
it's
only 8.
It's
11.
11.
It's 11 o'clock here.
It's 8 o'clock here. I don't know what's wrong with you weird people.
I think
Flatters.
the bonus will make sense.
All right, good job.
We're not going to be finished for 3 hours if we do all 4 plus bonus.
Everybody.
Well, you know what? You know what, Susan?
Don't worry,
if
Carl,
I
mine's
announce
actually
my
pretty clear.
category now, everybody can boo and say, no, let's not do it. And then we can do 3.
Good night,
Want
everybody.
to do that?
Avi.
Night, Avi.
Oh, good night, Avi.
Okay,
Avi.
so
Avi.
next up is Gail.
Okay. Are we ready?
Can you get us through it in a little more time than
We don't need
there are
more time.
obviously
We need
people
less
who
time.
feel like they got to sleep somewhere?
Well, I'll do the best I can, but it's already written, so we're sort of stuck with what I've got.
Okay, I can do this.
All right, the topic, you like the last food category, so this one is some laws and history involving food.
Laws and history?
Laws and history involving food. I was going to do it all on laws, but I realized that I was writing questions that nobody would know the answer to. So I decided not to do that. And I added some history that may be better. Okay, are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
So are we muting everybody?
Yep, muting in 3, 2, 1.
There'll be a lot of true and false and multiple choice, so maybe it'll go a little faster. According to many court cases in the US, what might determine if a food store owner is liable for an injury that was caused when a customer slipped and fell on a banana peel? A, how fresh the peel was. B, how big the peel was. C, whether the customer's behavior showed that she or he was being very careful. Or D, whether the store had music playing and how fast it was. And this isn't what would happen. This is what has actually been in court cases. This is actual several court cases, in fact, more than several. Okay, number 2. If you eat a very spicy food, the TRPV1 protein signals a burning sensation to the brain that causes the release of endorphins and dopamine and is interpreted as heat. Which of the following would be your best choice to stop the pain? And this is also a multiple choice. A, drink something alcoholic like beer. B, drink a lot of water that is well iced. C, drink warm water to dilute the protein. Or D, eat or drink milk or milk-based substance like yogurt or ice cream. Okay, question 3. There have been several lawsuits about whether hot dogs or tacos are classified as sandwiches. These were based on legal contracts involving competing businesses. What was the final determination? A, what state you're in. B, whether there are 2 pieces of bread. C, the Supreme Court determined they are all sandwiches. Or D, the Supreme Court determined that they aren't sandwiches. Okay. Question 4, it's a little bit personal. I was reading a book that took place in the 15th century England. The author talked about the characters cooking corn. Okay. True or false? Obviously, and that's a hint, the author didn't know that corn was not introduced to England until it was brought from the New World. Okay, question 5. In 1928, Otto Rudweller invented a commercial machine that dramatically changed certain food purchases in America and is now an iconic example of modern food technology. What did he invent? Okay, question 6. This is another true and false. True or false? Margarine is naturally white, not yellow. For many years, starting in the late 19th century, the dairy lobby was able to get laws passed so that margarine makers could not put yellow food coloring in the margin to make it look like butter. Okay. Question 7 is also a true and false. True or false? The state of Mississippi recently passed the anti-Bloomberg bill. That, by the way, is what it was called, that permits any business to sell supersized drinks or food with loads of salt in it. Okay. True or false? There are foolish legal decisions was made clear by the famous McDonald's case, where a woman was able to get almost $1 million in compensation for burns she received when she spilled a cup of coffee in her lap while driving. The restaurant was found to be liable since they had not notified her that the coffee was hot. Okay. Question 9. What now common spice, was once so precious and expensive that in 1180, the English king appointed the guild for this spice as the custodians of weights and measures to ensure that it was accurately weighed? And finally, number 10, during World War II, the British were able to convince the Germans that their pilots ate great quantities of a particular food that they had, so that they had exceptional eyesight. This was a distraction that caused the Germans not to discover the improved radar system and red lights in the cockpit. That was the actual reason the Brits appeared to have exceptional vision. What food was it? That's it. Any questions?
I have some.
Okay.
So question 3. The question is, what was the final determination? But only the last 2 are actually determinations. The first 2 are just like facts.
Well, the question is, on which basis was these determinations made? Are they based on what state you're in, what determination was made?
Okay, on what basis was the final determination made? Okay, so not what was the final determination, what was it based upon?
That's what based on, right. What is the law now based on?
And question 4, obviously this author didn't know. Are we trying to figure out if the author faked something or ignored that he knew, or there was no way he could have known? And I'll tell you, Andy Weir in his book about the Martian, he knew that storms could not push over a ship on Mars, but he wrote it that way anyway because he felt like it.
Okay, this was a book that was purporting itself. This is an actual story. I actually experienced this, and I had to look it up to find out. In this book, this author, who was purporting to tell actual history about the situation and how people lived in England at that time in the 14th century, talked about them cooking the corn. And I said, and I did some research. So the question is, he's purporting to tell actual history. This is a tricky question. And when you hear the answer, you will understand it. But what I'm saying is it true that the author probably was mistaken because he was trying, this is fiction, but he was trying to tell real history.
In other words, did he think it was true, what he wrote?
Exactly. Did he
Okay.
think that that was the case? That was why he wrote it that way, because he thought that was.
But again, in the Andy Weir situation, one could read The Martian and think Andy Weir thought the wrong thing, but he didn't. He purposely put fiction in there. So I don't know.
This author makes a point of saying that he's not putting fiction in there.
Okay.
In fact, at the end of the book, he even describes which of his characters are fictional and which are real people.
Okay, that's good help. Thank you.
I have a question, Gail.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's question number 8. There are many statements there, and I'm not sure whether any one of those being false or true would make it, or is it the judgment that it's a foolish legal decision? Is that what's true or false? I'm not sure which one is.
If there's a false statement in there, then the statement is false. If the statement, is it foolish? If what is described in there is what happened, it's foolish, right? I mean, everybody knows coffee is hot. So the question is, this is the description of the case as people talk about it. So is this an accurate description of this famous case? Because if what is written there is true, it is a foolish decision, right? And you will hear people say this was a foolish decision because this is what was there. So was the court making a foolish decision or not? In other words, are the facts that are presented there what really happened? Because this is what people talk about. Okay. Any other questions?
Okay.
You're going to.
What did Jordan draw as a hummingbird? How sweet. Look at that. I can't see well enough. Is it drawing?
Yep.
Very pretty.
That's nice.
I had that kind of talent.
That they're working on for Wilma.
Oh, for Wilma. Why does Wilma get a special hummingbird and flower? Fine. Fine.
I'm special, Susan. Come on.
Yeah, well, of course.
Okay, only one for Susan.
Uh-oh.
I saw a picture of the actual burns that she had as a result of that coffee spill.
Yeah, it was pretty horrendous. It was
awful.
People made fun of it, but it was really, she was seriously burned.
She was seriously burned, and they definitely had their coffee way too hot. Thanks, Jordan. That's pretty.
Yeah, they said that she apparently just was wanting an apology or something, or coffee, and then they made her pretty much go to court.
Yeah, and then they changed their coffee temperature after that, so it was actually
and also there's signs and stuff that says it's hot.
Yeah, because they had it. I think what was a significant number of degrees too hot from what it should have been.
Yeah. So number 1.
Yeah.
You
can see the screen, right?
Yeah. How big it was makes the most sense, right? But it's probably D because that's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was kind of thinking.
Just thrown in there as an extra.
Yeah, I guess.
That could be something weird like C, that the customer, how careful the customer was being, right?
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. That would be the logical one in my view, but that doesn't mean that's what's happening.
Well, if the peel was a certain size, it should be seeable.
What the store is liable for, which should have not as much to do with the customer, but I don't know, I could be wrong. So are we thinking B on that one, the size of the peel?
I think that's the most logical one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't have.
I don't have a firm.
Stop auto completing my words.
Bill.
Okay. Now 2, unless there's anything.
Oh,
else,
it's definitely milk.
It's milk, because Mythbusters did a whole thing about it.
Yeah.
They were trying peppers and they were using milk, and that worked the best.
Oh, and Bob, just in case you are muted, if you wanted to speak to add anything.
Okay.
I agree with you, Ben. I think it's
Don't.
milk.
Milk. I'm pretty sure it's got to be milk, right?
It's milk.
I got an extra line in there when I was copying and pasted. There we go. From Gail, so we know who it's from.
From Gail.
All right, so what do we think? Several laws about whether hot dogs or tacos are classified as sandwiches. Oh, I just heard some about this
Who was the final?
online, and I don't remember anything about.
I think it had to do with the bread.
It would make sense with B, wouldn't it?
These were based on legal contracts involving competing businesses.
I feel like a taco would be considered as a sandwich.
Whether there are two pieces of bread.
That sounds like I've heard that.
That would exclude hot dogs and tacos because it's one thing that's curved
Folded,
around
yeah.
the object.
Yeah.
So we want to say B on that one?
I think
Sure.
so.
Yep, B.
Not Bill, B.
Bloomberg.
Bill. It's not B, it's Bill, Dad. It's
Our answer
Bill.
is
That's
Bill.
what if the computer says, that means it's right.
Okay,
It's Bill.
yeah, you're right. I was reading a book that took place 15th century England. The author talked about the character.
I don't understand this one.
I think we say false, but as in, oh yeah, it depends on what she means by that, right?
The more she explained it, the less I understood it.
My first instinct was to say that it is false that England would have corn
What?
at
No, it's whether
that
the author
stage.
knew or not. The way the question is stated, it's whether the author knew.
I thought she said the author said that he was being accurate.
He does say that at the end of the book.
Yeah, so he obviously didn't know. So I think we're supposed to say, is this true or not, that corn was in England? That's how I interpreted it, but I may be wrong.
We could flip a coin. I don't understand it. I don't know how are we supposed to know what the author's motivation was?
I don't think it is the author's motivation. I think we just have to say whether it's true or not that corn was in England in the 15th century.
No, that's not what she said. She said
No?
it had to do with, did the author think, did the, because that's what I thought when I first, just what
Rob
you
was
said.
asking for clarification on.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I thought when she
think it's,
clarified it. Oh, I misunderstood. Sorry.
Yeah, she clarified it to mean that this is what the author, did the author think so? And I don't know how we would know what the author thinks.
Right, so we're not saying whether the statement is true or false about corn in 15th century England. We're just finding out whether the author knew and just didn't care, I guess, when they
I
wrote
think
the
she,
book.
yeah, I think she's trying to say in this question that it is a false, that there was not corn in England in 15th century. It's false.
Yeah.
But what she's trying to say is, did the author purposely do that, or did the author just not know?
Oh.
And I don't know how we would know that.
Yeah, I mean, we got a 50-50, so.
So say false, because that's a answer. I don't know.
Fine, I don't care.
I don't know.
The rest of them are really really clear, right? That was yeah.
Well, this is the one that Rob asked for clarification.
Yeah.
Confusing.
You okay? Wrong pipe?
It went down the wrong pipe.
Okay, don't die.
Here, I'll call 911. What's your address?
All right. Invented a commercial
drowning.
machine that dramatically changed certain food purchases in America. Ooh,
My eyes are
auto.
watering.
Auto.
1928.
Would that be pasteurizing?
No, that's.
Oh, that's
No, this
too.
is way-
It was a lot earlier than that, wasn't
How about
it?
the milkshake? I know that was a huge thing, but I think that was more the 1950s.
It was one of those things that rotates the hot dogs or something.
Yeah.
It changed certain food purchases in America.
When was pasteurizing invented? Was
No
it?
idea.
Named after Louis Pasteur.
Well, I'm trying to think if the name, like, were the machines named after.
Rottweiler? Rottweiler?
Or Otto.
Rottweiler.
when did they start having like floats and stuff in like the diners?
Oh, like a seltzer? Like a, where they're able to like put the drink, the fizzy water or whatever?
Oh, carbonated.
Yeah, fizzy water.
Carbonation?
I mean, it wouldn't just be like a blender for making like milkshakes or something, would it?
No, milkshakes I think were later, like the 40s.
Later than
But
28?
it was revolutionary because McDonald's, I think it might be carbonation.
Carbonation actually makes, that's kind of cool.
Is that a food?
Soda pops.
Yeah.
Was Coca-Cola around before the 40s? I mean, the 20s?
Yeah. It's been around a long time.
But not before the 20s, has it?
Oh, I think maybe, but.
Yeah, it was a medicinal syrup, but then they started to.
That's right.
So they added carbonation to it.
Yeah, it was made fresh. For a long time, it was made fresh and handed to you over the counter.
Are we thinking we want to go with carbonation, or do we think the milkshake machine came later than 28?
I think so. Because I remember watching that movie about McDonald's.
Yeah.
And that was like the 40s. And then milkshake was what they originally
diners, it's probably 40s, 50s or something, but
they made a machine that allowed you to do more than one milkshake at a time.
so do we just want to say carbonation, and if it's,
sure,
give ourselves a point if it's something in that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think 6 is true. Let me see how it's worded.
I remember my mom buying margarine as white, and it would come with a little packet of yellow dye that she would mix into the margarine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My dad was sent to the store to get a bag of margarine. For some reason, he put the dye packet in his mouth and bit down on it. But his mom, she would never put the whole thing in because it made it too yellow. So she had all the partial packets. So she just.
So then
So it's true.
About that?
True story.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I totally.
Well, no, that makes sense. They didn't want people to.
Hobby to.
They didn't want competition.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
That would have been in the 30s.
All the way up to the 60s, because I remember my mom doing it.
I've never heard of a dye package.
Bob, when they put the packet in there, the food coloring in the mouth, was that like they accidentally popped it, or like they were doing it deliberately?
My dad, who knows? He was 10 or whatever.
I did it deliberately.
I wasn't sure if it was like trying to hold it while they were doing something and they bit down too hard, and
I don't know.
Either that, or maybe I just remember my parents telling me about it. So maybe it's a false memory that I witnessed it.
Wait, this is false. The Bloomberg bill, I believe, is I believe that there's a Bloomberg bill, and I believe there's something about supersized drinks, but it's not salt. I think it has something to do with it has to be smaller ounces, or
right. That makes sense.
You can't have super big gulp kind of things.
So
I think it's false because it has nothing to do with salt. It has to do with the size of the
right size of it.
This is something from New York.
Well, it says sell supersized drinks or food with loads of salt on it. So it brings up both. The question is this one of those where, because Gail has in the past like had something that was like kind of partially true and then added something else that made it false. We think it's one of those situations.
I don't know. Okay, now number 8, I have no idea what she said. That didn't make sense to me at all.
Well, I think based on the clarification, I think it's false because it's not a foolish legal decision. It was a smart legal decision.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I agree. That makes sense. If you're going to go with that, if she said if any part of this is wrong.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because if you get into the nitty gritty of it, it actually was a pretty good legal decision.
Right, it was. What now common spice was once so precious? Could be cinnamon, nutmeg?
Yeah, or black pepper or something. Because they were all
false on that one.
No, we're putting
true. that was false. That's correct.
Oh yeah. Wait, there are.
And then what were you saying, Bob? What were you thinking spice wise?
Well, I was thinking of black pepper, but it might be something like cinnamon because they were all
Pretty
exotic. You
expensive.
know, they came from tropics.
Nutmeg, cinnamon. I think it may be
Yeah,
cinnamon.
all that stuff. So who knows?
I kind of like the black pepper. Like what was common in 1180? I don't
No.
know. It might be
No.
cinnamon.
It was
So it was
common.
once
It's common
incredibly
now.
expensive and now it's common.
Yeah.
Do we
So
think?
in 1180, you got it from wherever it cut. I don't know. India.
Where would you get pepper from?
They would get it from India.
India? Yeah,
How about cinnamon?
Same.
yeah. See, all that stuff.
We could call it pepper cinnamon.
So yeah, which spice do we think is going to
Cinnamon.
be the most precious back then?
Well, do you think cinnamon might have been more common? I mean, which do you think is more difficult to get, pepper or cinnamon? If they're both coming from India, I guess they'd all be difficult.
Yeah. What about, oh no, tea isn't a spice though, is it?
No.
No.
No, never mind.
Let's say pepper because
It's more
cinnamon,
common.
pepper would be on like meats and cinnamon would have been used more on bread.
Desserts and stuff, yeah.
So we're thinking
Luxury.
like black pepper or just pepper?
Just pepper, I think is probably
Just
fine.
pepper.
Yeah, yeah, because they didn't have refrigeration, so the black pepper kind of
Yeah, exactly. It would help with the,
life, and it covered the taste when it was starting.
yeah. Yeah, it would be more. used
carrots?
for-
That's
It
kind
is
of
carrots,
weird
yeah.
thinking
It
carrots.
might be the carrots are good for your eyes.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, is that where it came from?
Yeah,
I'm wondering, yeah.
yeah, I've actually read that, so I'm pretty sure that's.
Yeah,
I think that you're done, and I think that everybody else is down to the last question or
Oh,
done.
Gail, could we ask for a clarification with what question was that one?
Which one?
The one about the novel.
4?
Do we want to ask her about that again? Yeah, number 4.
You want to word it? Go for it.
Yeah, for number 4, we have to figure out if the author knew that corn was not available? Is that what you're, that's okay.
Yeah.
So it's just.
Well, the point is, by writing that, is that evidence that the author didn't know that corn wasn't introduced?
Oh.
I suppose the answer
So
is
we
going
have
to
to
give make sense.
Oh,
It'll explain it when we get the answer, apparently.
yeah, yeah. Thanks, Gail.
All right, so let's draw people back. Yeah, they're already starting to come back already. Do we have an answer for 10?
Carrots.
Yeah, I thought we did. Carrots.
Okay, good. All right.
Susan, do you need a drawing next?
What am I getting?
What?
What kind of drawing am I getting?
I don't know.
I don't know. You can request something, I guess.
How about, oh, I don't know. What do you draw?
Animals, maybe?
A ladybug.
Oh, I'm not a ladybug. How about an armadillo? I've got an armadillo right here.
So?
I can try.
It'll be a new adventure for you.
Okay, armadillo it is.
All right. Good luck, everybody.
Okay, good luck, you guys. Where's everybody at? Oh, I'm the only one left here.
Do the audition, fill out a form and go. And with the self auditions, you have to prepare everything yourself, then film yourself, then edit and send it in. It's just all right.
Okay, everybody's back.
Okay, we're
But
ready for
since
the
I don't-
answers?
Susan, I need to make an announcement. My son has joined me, so
Hello, son.
we have an extra person, but Avi was on our team and he left, so I'm using that as an excuse.
Of course you can.
That seems fair.
Plus, he's a
Put his
great
name on
guy.
the screen. What's his name?
A little bit.
He's got a beard. He's got a beard, so it works.
Yeah,
Put him on the
you were allowed
screen.
to use a non-bearded person to substitute, Leonard.
Okay.
Yeah, but none were available.
Okay.
As long as it's not your grandson.
He's under 1 year old, so.
Yes, I know. I thought that might be awkward, but he's welcome to join us, but it just,
But he doesn't have a beard.
And he's really far away.
Not yet.
Or he could be very small and not.
He
We're
might
all
have
really
helped
far
he might have
away.
helped my team for that last round because he couldn't have done any worse.
Go put his name on the screen and I'll put him in the thing that we put him in as a team member.
My
All
chicken
right,
was a normal
answers.
size chicken. It was just.
Okay, we're ready for the answers? I just
Very
tried
ready.
to put it in the chat and I used a colored thing
What's
and
in the
it's not
hat?
copying, so I'll just put a little X next to the answer when I do this.
Okay.
Okay, question one, and according to many court cases, when I was in law school, much too recently for my age, we spent half of a class in torts on this issue. And the issue turned out to be, and as I was listening, some of you were getting the right idea. The question was the store liable? And the conclusion from, golly, at least a dozen court cases all over the country was, you can't determine how long, some people were saying, how long was the peel on the floor? Well, how do you know how long the peel was on the floor? The way you know is how rotten it is. So the fresher the peel was, the less liable they were, because you can't expect the store owner to be there every second.
Oh, so
But if it
old
was
peel.
very old and had been there a long time, they were considered to be liable.
Oh, that makes
Was it
sense.
A?
Sorry?
A.
Is it A?
The answer is A, yeah.
Well reasoned, counselor. Thank you, Robin.
Yeah, I heard some people doing exactly the
you're
right
very
reasoning. I
welcome.
was very impressed. Okay, I think you all did pretty well from what I saw on B. You knew not to buy the common belief, and apparently this is not copying the, I marked the answers. The answer is D.
Yeah, that's no.
Because alcoholic things in water don't bind because of the milk products bind with the capsaicin and therefore
Yeah.
make it less burning.
Yeah, I don't know the science behind it. I just know if you live in a part of the world where they have spicy food, you've learned this a long time ago.
Yeah, but people still seem to think that they should have a water or so this is an
Or
exceptionally
alcohol.
knowledgeable group.
Or alcohol, because if you're drunk enough, you don't care.
But it still hurts.
This was covered on an episode of Nova not too long ago.
No, it actually has to do with the chemical that capsaicin that makes it hot does not bind with any of the products, but the fat in the milk.
What's funny is sometimes some people who eat a lot of spicy food say that like water is actually the last thing you should drink because it'll spread the spice around your mouth.
Right, and it gets on more space buds. Exactly.
Yeah.
If you put enough ice in the water, then your mouth is just numb and you don't notice it.
And that may be where the myth comes from, right? 3 is the one that I actually caused me to want to do this topic. Everybody keeps talking about this business of what is a sandwich. And actually there were cases all around the country. I heard some people say the Supreme Court wouldn't make a decision like this, but that's not true. They made it about other products. Like the reason we say tomato is a fruit is because tomato biologically is a fruit, but legally it's a vegetable because the Supreme Court said so. And there are lots of cases like that. But in this case,
ketchup is also a vegetable.
I'm sorry?
Per Reagan, ketchup is a vegetable.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Wait, what did the Supreme Court say about tomatoes?
But they said that tomatoes were a vegetable, and the reason it mattered was because whether it had certain kinds of duties that did apply to vegetables and fruits differently, and that's where the case came from. So it was a federal issue because it had to do with import duty. And in this case, it does not. So the Supreme Court has not, to my knowledge, or anybody else's knowledge that I could hear about, ever dealt with this issue, but it has come up in court cases. And the cases usually are things like, and this is what happened in one of them in New England, one shop making sandwiches had a contract with the mall where they rented a store saying they would be the only sandwich shop. And when someone opened a taco shop, they sued. And the owner of the mall said, no, a taco isn't a sandwich. And they said, it's a sandwich because they're competing with us, right? And the decision in that case was the opposite of the decision when a similar case happened in New York. In other words, every time this comes up, it depends upon who the judge happens to be. There is no universal decision. And that's the kind of thing the Supreme Court usually does deal with. But so far they have not. So legally, whether or not it's a sandwich has to do with what state you're in.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Which was which A, B, C,
A.
D?
A.
A.
So
Okay.
that-
the state of
the answer is A.
confusion.
Yeah.
So the answer is A, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, they're not showing up when I do
Especially
this.
if you're Canadian.
A?
Question 4. The book, this one was the one that's giving people a problem. And the question, I told you it was tricky, and it was. I was intentionally being tricky. The question is asking you if the author knew. The author was a historian who definitely knew about corn not having been introduced yet. But as at least one, I heard one team get it absolutely right. The problem is the word corn. The word corn in England then meant any kind of grain. So they were just cooking grain. And in the real name of corn is maize. But we have adopted corn as the word for a particular vegetable. So when he talked about them doing corn, he was absolutely correct because that's what they would have called it. And he was talking about how people lived. So they would have called it corn, but it was not corn the way we use the word corn.
Sorry, what's the answer?
So what's the answer?
So the answer is it's false. He wasn't wrong.
False.
It was absolutely right. That's exactly what they would have said,
Aha.
even though it was not what we would have meant by what he said.
All right.
So I saw that in the book
You
and I
got
said,
that
how
point,
did he not
Richard, so
know
don't-
this?
don't
And I
debate.
looked it up and realized why he did that. He was doing the correct thing and I was wrong. Okay. The next these are the numbers are now wrong. Sorry, I got some extra numbers in there by mistake. You might think most of you knew that the machine that was invented in 1928 was the bread slicing machine.
No,
Yes.
didn't even come up with that.
Somebody
That's what
knew
we talk
it.
about
Paul
since
knew it, I
sliced,
think.
you know,
I
since
never heard
sliced
that
bread.
one.
Having a machine that sliced bread was a major change in the way we commercially sell food. People loved it.
Greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah,
Exactly.
now it makes sense.
Okay. In fact, margarine is white, not yellow, and they did get the law passed. And for a very long time, it was the law in almost every state. It was state law, but it was there in almost every state. And they started doing, the margarine companies, they started packaging their margarine with a little bit of yellow food coloring so the customer could put it in themselves.
So is the answer, I'm sorry, if we're not looking at the questions, is the answer true?
The answer is true.
Thank you.
That was in fact what happened. Okay. Next one.
Sorry, just to butt in quickly. That was number 7.
That was
No,
number
the numbers
6.
are
You got
wrong.
that right.
I got the numbers wrong, so don't look at the numbers.
Look at Caspian's screen, radical sandwich anarchy. What does it say underneath? I can't see.
A
Pop-Tart
Pop-Tart
is
is a sandwich.
A matzah.
9.
A Pop-Tart is a sandwich.
What?
A Pop-Tart could be a sandwich, it depends on what state you're in.
Yeah, it depends on the state you're in.
Okay.
Oh, I see. So the margarine question is margarine
true?
is naturally white. That's true. or
It is
false?
naturally white, and they did, the butter company was unhappy about the competition, and they succeeded in getting laws passed in a majority of the states saying that they couldn't color it
No, it's
yellow
okay.
because
No,
it was imitating
no.
butter.
Sorry, I understand. So the answer to number 7 is true or false?
It's true.
We haven't gotten there yet.
No,
6.
7, no.
No, the margarine is there. I haven't gotten to the
That's
next one
6.
yet.
Oh, that's 6. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
6 is true.
All right. Thank you.
I know what I have to do. I have to get
That's
rid of
6
these
correct.
numbers and that'll make it better.
I don't even know what numbers you're talking about.
She's
The
pasting in
numbers
the
on the
chat
questions.
and then.
Now I've got the right.
I just got a little bit.
I'm
So
not
the
looking at the
next
chat.
one
so
is
I'm
number
confused.
7. It's
7, right.
It's mistakenly, I have fixed it now.
That's
This
right.
is the one on the anti-Bloomberg law, right? The anti-Bloomberg law passed in 2013 is true. It really did do that.
Oh.
And it
Because
was
it
done
was
to make
about
fun of
salt?
him. And what the governor said when he signed that bill, which is still in effect, is people should have freedom to eat whatever they want and decide for themselves if it's healthy.
And it was salt, not sugar?
Salt and sugar.
Sorry, team. I thought it was in New York.
It said, the bill itself said, the legal name of it wasn't the anti-Bloomberg bill, but that's what everyone calls it. And what it said was, you are not permitted in any place in the state to make a law that says you can't have a supersized drink or you can't put salt in food.
Yeah,
It went on to also
the issue
say you
was,
also can't
I think the issue a lot of
require-
people had was a dangling modifier, Gail, where when you said supersized drinks or foods with loads of salt on it, the modifier of
Yeah,
salt could apply to drinks. And
Yeah,
so
that's
people
what
were
we
like,
thought,
salty
but
drinks
we-
aren't a thing.
We thought it was sugar, not just salt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
thought
dangling
they were
modifier,
maybe talking
but
about
still
margaritas.
wrong. We're still wrong.
No, it was
V8 has a lot of
or
salt.
Somebody
You couldn't do
overthought it. The
either of
question-
those things. You could not.
So drinks or
You could
food
not
in
make-
parentheses,
In fact,
supersized
but the
drinks
bill-
or food with loads of salt in it.
Yeah, we misread that too.
You
That's-
can't
that's how we
use
read it.
food with not loads of salt. You can't do anything with drinks. In fact, it even went so far as to say that you can't require calorie counts being posted in restaurants, which many states have
Yeah,
done.
the problem is it's grammatically missing a comma after drinks. That would have made it clear. Just go. on.
Okay, sorry about that. You can decide if you think you knew the answer. Okay, and number 8, I was delighted to see most of you got this right. This is the case that people made fun of, and there are still people who will say coffee is hot. It's very false. In fact, there was more than one false thing in that statement, which many of you knew. First of all, she was not driving. She did go through the drive-through, but she stopped and she was sitting in the parking lot when this happened. So she was not driving. She did spill the coffee, but she spilled the coffee and it did severe damage. She had no place to put it, so she put it on her lap while she opened the rest of her food, and it spilled. But the big thing that made the restaurant liable, and by the way, it was not nearly the $1 million people claim. She got her medical bills paid basically, and she had a lot of them. She needed to have surgery as a result, was that apparently that McDonald's had had a lot of complaints because people drove through in the morning on their way to work and bought coffee. And when they got to work, the coffee was cold. So they were superheating their coffee. So when they got to work, it would still be hot. And no one was warned that they had done that. And it was outside of the industry standard, which the lawyers in the room know is extremely important. And that's why they were forced to pay for her medical expenses and a little bit more, but basically no.
Yeah,
Not.
and weren't there previous cases too of severe burns from other
I'm sure there
people?
were, but it had nothing to do with this. You don't decide a case based on previous cases unless it's a precedent-setting case. And this was not considered to be a precedent-setting case. It was done on those facts that I just gave you, was where the decision was made. Based on, she was found to be partly liable because she put the coffee in her lap, but she was awarded her medical expenses. And that's why it wasn't the millions of dollars people think she got. She wasn't made wealthy. But she did have her very great medical expenses.
And heavily ridiculed too.
Right, and we still have people say, coffee is, of course, coffee is hot. Not like that hot. It was significantly hotter than normal coffee.
Ridiculously hot.
Number
Well, if you only get
9,
200 something, then it evaporates, right?
number 9, I think many of you did get. I heard a lot of our people arguing about it. The answer to number 9 is pepper.
Yay!
Darn
Good
it.
job, Bob.
It did in fact come from India, but it was absolutely a precious commodity because it made their sometimes iffy meat taste better.
Was salt not a luxury item at one point?
They can
It
get
was
that
not.
from the ocean.
It was not the big deal that pepper was.
And it's not
It
a
was a
spice.
big deal, and salt. That's where salary comes from. Salt was needed and precious, but it did not have to be imported from India, and it was not that. Therefore, in that era, that was an extraordinarily dangerous and expensive proposition. And that's why they gave the pepper union, the pepper people who ran that, the right to do all weights and measures, because they knew that those weights and measures would be accurate, because every bit of the pepper would be measured exactly accurately. So it was not that they may have measured the pepper accurately. It was that they had control of all weights and measures.
Oh, interesting.
And
And
I was pointing out, can I just say one thing? I was pointing out to my team that in law school, one of the first things you learn in beginning contracts class is that you need consideration in a contract, and the consideration, which is like the payment or something, the payment or payment substitute, can be a peppercorn. And they always use that term. A peppercorn is like the dollar bill or the fungible consideration in a contract.
And by the way, Alan, salt is not a spice because that's a pungent vegetable substance.
The only mineral we eat.
What is did the Supreme Court decide that?
Definition of the word spice.
That's a science. And the last one is as incredible as that story sounds. The food was in fact carrots, which most of us knew, and there is a grain of truth. But our belief that carrots are good for your eyes, there is vitamin A in there, but this is where that belief started and spread from. And the Germans absolutely bought it. They did it on purpose, and the Germans bought it, and therefore did not find out about some of their hiding things, the distractions so they didn't find out about the radar system and the red lights, because they knew they were seeing things they shouldn't have been able to see.
So the Skeptoid did an episode on this, and I looked it up at the time. So I believe, and then I talked about it with my coworkers who are radar engineers. And I think it was the first time that a radar was made small enough that it could go in an aircraft. And I don't know anything about the red lights, what they were talking about there.
Yeah, that was in the, I didn't know about the red lights either, but apparently red lights improve nighttime vision.
So the improved radar system and red lights in a cockpit were the British's cockpits.
And the British were able to see things that they should not have been able to see without that technology. And they convinced the Germans to not look for the technology, because they convinced them that the reason it was happening was because they were eating carrots.
Yep.
So they didn't, it distracted them from looking for the real reason that they seemed to be able to see things they shouldn't have been able to
clever.
see.
Intentionally obfuscated fake news.
That is very clever.
I'm curious as to how they communicated that to the Germans. I mean, did the Germans
Propaganda
call them up
through
and
the-
ask them, or what? How did they do that?
Well, no, they did it in a way that made the Germans believe that
Yeah,
they were finding
there's
out
all
about
sorts
it.
of ways to
No,
promote
you have secret
counterintelligence.
messages about how you better get some more carrots, and they figured out that that's what they were doing. They thought the Germans thought it was a secret, and that they had discovered their secret about eating carrots. But they didn't find out the real secret.
Well, they were just
which was-
talking about it as if it was a secret, and the German just expecting the Germans
All you have
to
to
hear them.
all you have to do is like use the word carrot as your word for radar in all of your communications, and it starts looking about right.
That makes sense.
This is
That is
absolutely
really
lovely, but I have to interrupt to ask Ben and Jordan who just won. Because I saw a celebration happening.
Oh. They seem to be very happy about something. I have no idea. What?
They got
Sorry?
carrot right.
They're playing a game or something, I guess. Okay, so let's get our
They're
scores.
playing with us. They got carrot right.
Yeah.
Okay, score. Let's go with what if you had Olympic and nobody came?
8.
And you're on a roll, 8 and 8. Funk and the Flawed, Foolish Fellows, Flying Phallus.
7.
Vaccinated Against All Pseudoscience.
8.
Bezos, Hypersonic Rocket.
I got 6. Did you get 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
You double check.
That was the team that Gail was on.
Yeah, that's the lowest score so far.
Good luck with that.
8.
Yeah, Gail.
At least it wasn't 1.
Category.
Okay, so we need to do a group picture. Here's the score so far.
All
Look
right.
at that, 11, 11, 11, 16, 16. Very interesting. Group picture. And then I'm gonna go get a brownie. Oh, I can do it now. Oh, that's right. I have the powers. I bought a big old fat computer to be able to do this. Okay, ready, everybody? Jamie and Caspian, are you gonna remain? or allowed to
Caspian's
sit on my
downstairs.
chair? Okay, well, just get in there. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see if I got it. Got it. Got it, got it. Okay, 5 minutes.
Yep.
Take Dallas out to go pee in Double Beach.
I already had to
Close
do
up
that.
the
so-
chickens.
Go check your chickens.
Chickens, put the chickens in.
For anybody who's still around for the moment, this is the headline here. Not looking good.
Oh, another death, huh?
Mhm.
It's so sad because there's a vaccine and I just want to give you all the vaccines that we're not taking seriously here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not only not here, by the way. Did you see what went on in France a few days ago?
Oh, yeah, you showed a video of
Yeah,
Protest.
protests in like 42 places in France. You know, don't take away our freedoms. We don't need no freaking masks. We don't need to
Yep.
force a
Yeah,
vaccination.
that in Greece too.
I'll be right back.
They're
Yeah.
going bananas. Yep.
The thing is, like, in some places there are protests because people are actually putting measures in place, whereas have the US where they're just afraid of the petulant toddlers that live here and won't put any kind of enforceable restrictions in place. Like in France, they're starting to put actual restrictions in place.
Yep.
Good to see.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so one of the lines from somebody who was interviewed somewhere in France about why they were pissed off was, "Oh, it's ridiculous that we're forcing people to do what's right to protect other people." This was a protester. It's like, what? What did you just say?
So
Yeah,
we
we
should
also-
not
we
have
also
any
force
traffic
people
laws
to
because
not
they're all
murder
going
others.
to
Yeah.
protect other people.
Yeah.
You know, which
I mean, he was
essentially
agreeing
vaccines
that they
do
were, at least in his statement, that vaccines are protective. But he was saying you shouldn't be able to force us to do it anyway, even though people are going to die if we don't. Yeah, it's amazing.
That to me reads that he's saying the government shouldn't have to force people.
And sliced bread. So this is it, huh, folks? Couple of 100,000 years. The fucking pyramids, for Christ's sakes. Panama Canal, the Great Wall of China. Even a lava lamp. To me is greater than sliced bread. What's so great about sliced bread? You got a knife, you got a loaf of bread, slice the fucking thing!
Yeah, he's kind of missed the point that the point was that it was a machine that did it commercially.
Right. But that's how I knew the answer. How do I unshare this thing?
At the bottom, I think. It's the bottom.
Okay, there's a place that says stop share.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think I heard Jamie say that sounded like he meant that. Yeah, but it was a protester against the government's saying that they needed to have vaccines. So that's not what he
I'm
meant.
back. Has it been 5 minutes there, Brownie?
For those of you who heard earlier, I just had an email come in from my agent asking me to do an audition. And the part is for an inspector from an insurance agency inspecting a car for hail damage. And the brief is somebody in their mid-50s, which is me, to look knowledgeable but trustworthy and friendly.
Oh, that's Richard Saunders.
Do that.
Let me add the word trustworthy in your Wikipedia page, and then you can just send it back.
And maybe skeptical. So you go, are you sure this happened in an accident? You just didn't take a sledgehammer because you don't like the car and you want to get paid?
So what the insurance, this is an ad for an insurance company. So what they want to present to the people is, I will send out this nice bloke who'll look at your car and give you the money.
Uh-huh. So being skeptical of his claims of the accident won't do.
So I'll send in an audition of me going, nah.
You did this yourself.
These awful like golf ball marks.
I'll
Okay,
carry
I
a
just put
golf
the
club.
picture up on my Facebook page if anybody wants to take a look at it.
So what I have to do now is drive my car out to a little lane here, set up my tripod, get in a suit, and walk around the car pretending to inspect it.
We lost Alan.
But the money's good. If I get the gig, it's $4,000 for one day's work. So I'm all for
What?
it.
You make that much money?
Sometimes.
I thought it was like $50.
No, it depends. These are very
You can
rare.
make that much money? I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be an actress.
Yeah, very rare.
If you could work every day like that, yeah.
Yeah. And if I get the gig.
Well, I'm not
Hello,
making
what's-
any money now.
Somebody's going nuts there showing a planetary shirt. Who's
Oh,
that?
that's Jordan showing a shirt.
Jordan. Yeah.
Got planets on it.
Let me have a closer look.
What does it say? Oh, you are
it says,
here.
You are here. That's very cute. I like that. Good shirt.
It's a hand-me-down from my mom because at some point she said, "Hey, this doesn't fit me. Do you want it?" And I'm like, "Yes."
You know what, Jordan? That's going to be a lot of your next 10 years.
That fit. Oh,
Yeah.
My kids never wanted to borrow any of my clothes for some reason that I outgrew. Caspian,
So we've got.
why is that?
I kid you not. Half of my closet is clothes that I got from my mom or dad.
Well, that's
Clothes have too much color.
I like
oh, my
that.
kids, my clothes have too much color. Yeah, you always wear black. Where are you, Mr. Pop-Tart? Oh, there you are. Okay, so we back?
Is Pop-Tart a sandwich?
Oh no.
Oh, hail damage. Here, Richard. Inject your voice. That's what you should have in the background.
And you just look at the camera and scream, "Son of a bitch!" You know, and then send that for your interview.
I should edit that into my audition tape. This
I think
mad
that'd be
hailstorm.
really good. That would be clever and you would stand out. And yes, I think it's a very good idea.
I could
That's
turn up
probably
with
from
an
Carl.
umbrella.
That destroyed my roof 2 years ago.
So that's Carl's video. So use that.
Oh.
I have
wow.
a proposition.
Yes.
I think a Pop-Tart is a burrito. Holy close.
Are we?
Here
are
we
we
see.
something- Are we
No,
something?
I think pizza.
You know,
I think they're magic carpets.
Burn the witch.
A flat burrito, maybe.
well, you know that the answer with a hot dog is always a problem with the 2 slices of bread because of those 2 slices when they're attached.
Sometimes they are attached and sometimes they're not.
But now
What about
bread
an
was always
open-faced sandwich?
attached originally.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh,
is
let's
an
not get into
open-faced
the
sandwich a
discussion
sandwich?
on if a hot
This
dog
is
is
exactly
better than
why it hasn't been decided in different states. Have
That's
reached
true.
different
You
conclusions.
don't
will break out into
slices of
riots.
bread.
And-
You
and I'll-
bake a loaf of bread and then you cut it apart. And so
Yeah,
Mm.
and I mean, according to this food classification strategy, a steak is also a salad. So, you know.
well, because the
Well,
cows.
the best
Because they
argument
both
I
contain
heard
no
about the
grain.
sandwich,
So,
the best argument I heard about the sandwich issue was, what about an Oreo cookie?
Mhm.
And if you say that's not a
Cookie
sandwich,
sandwich.
then look at the box.
It's a cookie sandwich. This
right
is a
on the
cookie
box.
sandwich.
Yep.
So this is for Jordan. Hope it comes out. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Rose.
That's true. When he
I like it. Pluto should be a planet.
How old are you, Jordan?
Be a planet.
Poor
How old
Pluto.
is Jordan?
Pluto. Favorite. Hi, Carl.
Hi.
How old is Jordan?
What?
I want to know how old Jordan is so that I can know that that's what.
Too young to be up this late is how old.
Oh no, I don't believe in bedtimes.
Bedtimes.
My kids.
An all-nighter before, and it wasn't even on a sleepover. I just stayed up all night one night.
And this is educational. This is educational, Ben.
I wanted to.
Jordan.
I'm staying up all night now.
She's going into. She could go into tort law for.
It's
food.
only 11 here, so it's not terrible. But
Is she only 11? My goodness.
The time is
She's
11.
older than 11. I don't
Well,
believe.
not
In,
much.
I don't believe in. I do not believe in bedtimes. My kids could stay up as late as they wanted.
Say bedtime after vitamins. I'll just take forever to eat my vitamins, bro.
you think you're so smart.
I'm so smart.
Caspian's
So-
now called Mr. Pop-Tart.
Math and
So Susan,
smart.
Yes.
we completed 2 rounds in 3 hours.
To help you.
Is that a
At
challenge?
this rate, it'll be 4 more hours.
I just
It's a
gave
great
the power
argument to
Jeff.
drop that
I'm
last
waiting on
category.
Jeff. Jeff,
Yeah.
hey, I was waiting for people to do podcast announcements before
oh,
we
podcast
get going.
announcements really quick. Richard Saunders.
Oh, you've caught me on the hop. Give me one second to get my notes up here. They are coming up on the Skeptic Zone podcast on the 25th of July here in Australia, number 668. We look at hypnotism in past life regressions and speak to our favorite expert on many topics, the wonderful Mr. Ben Radford, all the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Also coming up on this week's show, we look at more COVID-19 craziness and conspiracies in Australia. And the Trove segment looks at psychics and police as reported in Australian media over the past decades. All that and more coming up on the Skeptic Zone podcast, www.skepticzone.tv.
What a voice. Isn't that great? Fantastic. I have two announcements. One is that I was contacted by a psychic named Brian, who is 100%, 99% agrees with me on everything I do. He hates the anti-vax community. He thinks we really need to look at him as psychics and blah, blah, blah. And he's an evidentiary psychic. Somebody's writing that down right now. I just know it. And he thinks I just need a good reading. And so he's going to give me, I said, he wanted to know if he could give me a reading. He was very nervous about it. And I said, if you could do it on Facebook Live, then I'll do a reading. So watch for that in a couple weeks. It's going to take him a couple weeks because he's got some
fun last time.
Yeah,
good luck with that.
Google all about you.
So that should be coming up. I'll let you guys know when I do know, but I don't think I'm gonna have a lot of notice. So, and then the other thing I want to mention is tomorrow I'm going to be on Kenny Biddle's Skeptic Help Desk at 6 o'clock California time. So whatever the time it is for you all that are not in California, I'll be talking about Operation Onion Ring, and I think we might show bits of the video of some of it. So if you're interested in that, that'll be tomorrow. I haven't really talked about it at all except for Richard Saunders, and we didn't really reveal anything on Saunders's podcast. It was a very short little thing saying read the thing. So tomorrow we're going to actually reveal some of the stuff that happened on Operation.
Where is this happening, Susan?
It's on Facebook. I put it up on my Facebook page. It's a picture of Kenny Biddle, and then there's a picture of me, and it's got like a Snoopy, like the doctor is in kind of thing that Lucy used to do with Snoopy. Oh, my cat is so needy right now. What is it, sweetie pie? Is there a raccoon in the house? And and we have to sing happy birthday to Deborah while I'm recording.
It's always an interesting thing to do it on Zoom because it's always just out of sync.
And I have a cat that is just trying to climb me. All right, so everybody, on the count of whatever you want, let's sing happy birthday to Deborah, all right?
Count of whatever
you want. Include your cats.
On the count of 5, Susan.
Okay,
5.
Anywhere, start, whatever. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
To Deborah.
And many more.
Yay!
Let's do more trivia.
I'll cut that out and put it on Facebook for you, Deborah. So,
I want more trivia.
You know what's really funny is that as we're singing that, Zoom is coming up saying playing music? Question mark. I'm like,
definitely not.
We frightened her. Now maybe she will stop.
They call that music?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Jeff.
All right.
To ask.
Yep. Round 3.
Or 4.
Yeah. So my category name is so round 3. Smell this category from a mile away. Match very smelly foods to their names.
Smelly.
I'm gonna post first a list of all of the foods that appear in the following 10 questions, so that way you can feel free to start, thinking about them.
And I'm muting everybody in 3, 2, 1.
All right. So I'm looking for the names. There's no letters because I feel like that's too confusing. So number 1, a Japanese food made of fermented soybeans known for its stickiness and that it needs to be stirred before it's eaten, which is to both increase its stickiness and flavor. Number 2, This Swedish food must be opened outside or either underwater or at an angle, and as the can is under high pressure and bulges from the expanding gases. Number 3, an Inuit food made by fermenting whole auks, which are birds, inside of a seal skin or carcass. Number 4, Koreans often have a specific refrigerator for this food, both for its strongly contaminating smell and to keep it just the right temperature so it has a long shelf life. Number 5, it smells so bad that there are Singapore public transportation signs that say no smoking, no eating or drink, no flammable goods, and no blank. Number 6, blank cheese famously smells like feet, likely because it intentionally uses one of the bacteria that's responsible for human body odor as part of its fermentation. Number 7, if you've ever lived near a large-scale brewery like I have, you might be familiar with the strongly musky odor of this precursor to beer. Number 8, a second cheese. This cheese was objectively measured as the smelliest cheese of 15 cheeses in a UK study. The smell is thought to be primarily caused by being dipped in beer in the middle of its fermentation, which mixes multiple bacterial populations together and produces a more robust ecosystem. Number 9, it's aged in a mixture of clay, ash salt, quicklime, and rice hulls, and has a particularly notable ammonia smell. Oh, and finally, number 10, a famous Viking dish made of rotten shark meat, which Gordon Ramsay vomited immediately after eating it, and Anthony Bourdain said it's the single worst, most disgusting, and terrible tasting thing. And that's it.
I love the categories you guys come up with. You guys are so clever. I'm going to be no help whatsoever to your team, Jeff. Just letting you know, but very clever.
This is food day.
All right. I think we all have it. Nobody has questions. Okay. Go to your rooms. First, hit your nose and go to your rooms. Stinky nose stuff. Hold your nose. Oh, my nose.
Well, luckily, since it's a mix and match, if you get 9 out of 10 correct, you get 10 out of 10 correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I need to take a victory lap on peppercorn. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So I'm very confident about most of these.
Oh, cool. So I'm gonna go get another brownie.
Bye.
Or something. Since Alex has got these.
Back to me.
I'll take a
But
brownie.
wait, Jeff and Julie, you can watch the video later.
Okay, we need the list of the options.
I thought I was all on it with the Limburger, but I realized
Yeah,
there's
me
more than
too.
one cheese
So
question here.
the cheese ones is the only one I'm not sure about. But number 1, the Japanese food is natto.
NATTO. Okay.
You getting it?
I just had to go to the list. So number 1 is natto, okay?
Number 2 is the obviously Swedish one.
The last one.
Surströmming.
Okay.
Surströmming is how you pronounce it in Swedish. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cheating. Inuit food is kiviak.
Yeah, that looks Inuit to me.
Yep. 4 is obviously kimchi,
Yeah.
as it's Korean. 5 is durian.
What's the question to 5 again?
The Singapore public transportation.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard of that. What is it?
So durian is a fruit which smells like vomit, which is
Oh.
popular in Southeast Asia, and also very popular in China on pizza. And it is disgusting.
Ew.
Disgusting.
So is it something they dare each other to eat, or why would they?
No, it doesn't taste as bad as it smells.
Oh,
but it
okay.
smells
So you have to hold your nose to eat it. But once it's in your mouth, it's okay.
It's similar. Yeah, it looks and yes. Also, you cannot get
We're trying to
cheese,
land a plane over in Leonard's house.
cannot get cheese pizza in China.
What?
You ask for durian pizza without the durian
Okay.
because they're all lactose intolerant.
That's good to know.
6. So this is the one I'm not sure about. This and the other cheese question.
Yeah.
It's Limburg.
The French sounding one or Limburger. And if I'm going to guess who made a really gross smelly cheese, it's probably the French. So I would guess that this is Veilleux Ballon or whatever, but that is a guess. We are getting 8 or 10 on this, I guarantee.
Wow. Confidence. I like it.
Is without question wort, because that is what beer is made from.
Okay.
WORT.
Mhm.
8 is the other one I'm not sure about. Blank cheese was objective. Why is objectively in quotes?
Objectively measured.
Interesting. Dipped in beer in the middle of its fermentation. So
Surströmming. Surströmming.
So that-
Surströmming. Sur is sour. Does that in Dutch anyways? And strömming is streaming.
yeah, but that's
Is
definitely
that-
the Swedish one.
Sour streaming.
Yeah. So my guess is the number 8 is Limburger because that sounds more German or Swiss, where they are better with.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. My bad. I'm.
9 is millennium egg or century egg.
Okay.
That is yeah. And 10 is Hakari. Yeah, Hakari. Very similar to lutefisk, but worse.
Oh, wow. So this is my first time playing on your team. Has Alex done this on all the other categories, or is just food is your thing? Smelly food.
This is the second category, but
This is the second category.
So how'd you do on the laws and history of food?
not as good. But I got black peppercorn right. They thought it was saffron. Come on.
Yeah, he saved us from a saffron mistake.
Saffron.
I guess we're done.
Ooh, already. Everybody's plowing through this pretty fast.
Easy.
That's why I did a mix and match, because I knew it would be something that
That's
like.
sped it up.
even if
Maybe
you only knew
that'll
a few
shut
of
up the
them.
people on the East Coast who are upset about us running behind.
Okay, hold on. Jesus,
should do.
objectively
I
measured.
legitimately said my category was short, and I thought it would be.
That was very good. Alex knew everything. All I did was write stuff
Maybe.
down.
Watch us get a 0.
Oh, shush. No, that can't
It's a
happen.
curse.
All right, good job. Good job, Alex.
Used 11, so it was possible.
Yeah, you throw in an extra one.
Right.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Is that a 1 minute warning?
This is if there's 10 questions and 10 answers, and they're all different answers, it's impossible to score 9.
But
Yes.
it's not impossible.
If
So
you
why
put
did
the
we
same
get
one
yanked?
twice, you can do
Why
it.
did we
That's
not
what I
get
said. If it's
more
10
warning
different
all the
answers,
time?
We
if
weren't,
there's 10 different answers,
we
and 10
were working, we weren't.
10 different
distracted,
correct
right?
answers.
right.
Yeah, you
Why
can't
did
score
we
9.
get
Yeah.
back? That
Why
was
are we
the-
arguing about that?
No. That's why I was trying to explain that. That's why I included 11 once for the
I'm
same.
just asking if we can give more time.
Is there a
Yeah,
way,
we came back
is there
very
a way
quickly.
we can get more
I
warning
imagine
than 1
something
minute? We didn't
Go
have
if you
time.
need to go. Go if you need to go.
We're done though, Richard, right?
Crazy.
Yeah,
We're
we're
done.
done. We're done. We were just having a discussion afterwards. But
Some of the other people stink at this question.
I smell a rat.
So the Dutch people have Dutch licorice, black licorice, and it's really
Oh,
salty.
So nice. I love
Salty.
Dutch licorice.
Oh,
yeah,
salted.
it's ultra.
Black
Why would you
licorice
have
is
salted
the
licorice?
worst.
Oh, it's
But
so
You
good.
like mustache.
You like it,
Richard,
Wilma?
So that doesn't
Oh, I
count.
love it.
Oh, me too. Dutch licorice is one of my favorites. I just
Yeah, so it
adore
can be sweet or it can be salty. It could be extra salty. It could be, but yeah, it's really fun to give a non-Dutch person they really want to try it, and you're like, I don't know, and it's usually comes out.
So often our shopping plaza has what they claim is Australian licorice, and I'm not sure what the
Yeah.
difference is.
Yeah, I've seen it. When I'm in the States, I've seen it. To me, that's just nice licorice. Not
Yeah,
It's
no, but
soft.
I don't know. It doesn't seem to
soft,
taste
nice
like-
licorice. Yeah.
So you're saying Dutch licorice would taste different? Maybe I've never had that. I like licorice.
It can be soft, but it's not normally very hard.
Isn't
It's
it the
small.
one that can give you a heart attack or something crazy like that?
No, that's mustics.
Well, I don't like licorice at all, so.
It doesn't even taste like licorice. It's completely, it's just such a different thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So either you're raised and you love it, like as from a little child on, or you hate it. There's kind of no in between.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that then. So
Although oddly enough, I wasn't raised with it, but as soon as I had it when I was in my late teens or something, I thought, this is great. Where have you been all my life? Yum, yum, yum.
My dad used to break
Oh, Richard, you were looking for a food to go downstairs and have that. There you
Yeah.
go.
Dutch licorice, maybe. So
Yeah, hi.
No, he isn't allowed to go to the store.
Oh, you want a hug?
I like
right.
things from the Netherlands. They're really good.
Wait, you can't go to the store? How are you getting your food? You having it delivered? They'll do that?
Yes, I think so. From now on, because of the emergency and the fact that it seems if you even look out the window, you might get this disease. I think I'll have things delivered.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
All right.
for 8 months, I was never going to a
Everybody.
supermarket, and I had my food delivered every 2 or 3 weeks. And now every day I get an email because I haven't done it since things got better and we got vaccinated. I've been to the store. What? Please come back. We'll give you a $10 coupon. And I have a $20 coupon, which is going to make me use them because I get $20 off the food and no delivery charge. So it's like I have to use this.
That's nice.
All right, I think everybody's back. So
And they're
we'll get the
back.
answers. So yeah.
Good questions. I like this round. It's really interesting.
Stinky food.
Yeah. No,
It was
I
easier
wanted,
than I thought because we had somebody else who knew all the answers.
well, I wanted to make it so that way at least some of them were able to be gotten through process of elimination and reasoning out, and then some of them would be ones that definitely people know
What
and
was left over? Yeah.
potentially love. Definitely some of these are ones that I definitely enjoy. But
So
they are-
Jeffrey, if I was if I was a team by myself, I would have had 0.
I could have
Awesome.
guessed.
Really?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I would have had
There's
0.
several of these, but I've never eaten
Oh.
any of these.
I never heard these names except for Limburger.
Limburg's
I've
the
had
only one I
Korean,
knew.
I've had kimchi, I've had Limburger.
All right. So number
Go.
one.
Rob, I totally believe that because almost everything you say, I know nothing.
Rob lives in a different universe.
Rob and I would have been
Diagram
Rob
territory.
and I together would have gotten 0 on the same team.
Okay, number one, Japanese food made of fermented soybeans. This is natto. It is it's brown, it's sticky, and almost certainly if you go to Japan and you ask somebody like what's a delicacy that Westerners will never like when they travel first to Japan, it's natto. And it's because
not
it
just-
smells
it's not
really
just-
strongly and it's
I'm
very
not gonna eat that.
So some of the
Not
reasons,
just the smells, it's the texture of mucus.
yeah, it's
so
very
some of the
sticky.
reasons I don't know this sort of
Ew.
thing is I took a 2-week trip to Japan and I ate at McDonald's a lot.
I would too.
I'm not joking.
That's me.
Number two,
Robin, I
definitely a lot of
really
people got
don't.
this. This is the famous bulging can of surströmming,
All right.
which is fermented
Rotten
fish.
fish. Yeah.
And yeah, you watch people open it and they're like,
Aw.
like, and you have to open it outside, not just because of the smell, but also because it ejects fluid at high velocity.
Oh, gross.
How do these cans never explode?
They're under special
Because
pressure
the
by
can is actually designed
SpaceX.
to expand with it, and it's like the can is exerting pressure as well as atmospheric pressure.
Well, sure. I mean, that's what happens in anything like that. But at some
Well,
point, the
maybe they
material's
do.
going to fail.
Maybe they
Yeah.
do.
Wow.
Rob,
Probably
it's
are
called
failures.
engineering.
Yeah.
Yep.
Engineers never make mistakes.
Number 3 is kiviak. Inuit food made of whole ox inside of seal skins or carcasses. Note, you cannot use other kinds of birds because they rot too quickly and therefore get like bacterial, and you get
Oh, you want it to rot nice and slow.
Oh, gross.
That's what I wrote down for my answer on number 3. I just wrote down gross with an exclamation.
Yeah. No. Number 4 is kimchi. I'm half Korean, for those of you who don't know, and it was commonplace in my house to have a second fridge specifically for kimchi. And if it had a freezer on it, the freezer was used for whatever miscellaneous things, but the fridge side was for kimchi. And
why was that such a thing that was necessary to have that you couldn't do without, that you'd have to buy a whole refrigerator for it?
It's not that you had to buy a whole refrigerator for it. It's that in general, there's a lot of pickled foods in Korean culture, and a lot of them smell strongly. And in general, like, you have a different fridge for your fermented foods because those are all ones, or for your pickled foods because they can be kept at a slightly different temperature and it actually keeps them a little longer.
Oh, so they would put other foods besides the kimchi in that refrigerator too?
Yeah, but it's other foods that are similarly smelly. So it's, so basically all of the foods that if you open the jar once and put it in your fridge, it stinks up the rest of your fridge. Those all go in a special freezer or in a special fridge. So number 5, of course, almost everybody got it. It's durian, of course. Known by some as the king of fruit. I don't really know if it deserves that, but it is famously fickle like a king. In most people don't like it at all, and there are a few, but there's definitely plenty of standouts.
I think this was in another trivia round for.
Yeah, it was. That partially inspired this.
And of course, I didn't even remember that name from then, but yes.
Yeah. Number 6, of course, is Limburger cheese.
Oh, we had it wrong.
Smells like feet. Yep.
That's what I thought, but I
yeah.
Three Stooges, man. Three Stooges.
I think it smells like poop.
Number 7, and I know that if you were thrown off by this, it is a precursor to other alcoholic beverages, but the term I'm used to is for beer specifically, which is wort. You make a wort out of hops and malt, and then that's what you then go and ferment and
I
turn
bet
into.
Janine got that one right.
Number 8, the objectively smelliest cheese, according to this was a 2004 study, I believe, is the Vieux Boulogne cheese, which they measured 15 different UK and French cheeses and came upon that this was objectively the smelliest. Number 9, I think most people got as well. This is, of course, the century egg or millennium egg. And yes, very strong ammonia, and it such strong ammonia that it actually can induce vomiting if you are not careful. So but famously smelly. And of course, number 10, the single worst, most disgusting and terrible tasting thing is, of course, hakkarl, made of rotten shark meat. And yeah, apparently it's quite vile, and even to most people who have Viking ancestry who eat lots of other fermented foods, they won't touch it. So
why would you even make that? Why would that be a thing?
Yeah,
probably was
People who
discovered
have
by
had
accident.
an accident and had something hit their bones or something. Oh, Kyle's here.
There is a wonderful video on Facebook that shows a group of British people tasting millennium eggs and making faces and saying how disgusting it was. And then they go to China and they have a group of Chinese people eating blue cheese, saying how disgusting it was and how they couldn't eat it. It's just what you grow up with.
Hello, Kyle.
I actually agree on both fronts.
Hey.
Where have you been? We were waiting for you. We're ready to start the group names.
Sorry to hold you up. Yeah, I was at a wedding.
Well, we'll see where we're going to put you after the scores on this one.
We've been waiting 3.5 hours for you, Kyle.
I know, I'm really sorry, guys, to have held it up so much.
Okay, so let's get the scores. Jeff just did one on the world's stinkiest foods.
Oh, I would have been perfect for that.
Well, thankfully, Leonard's son Alex is here, and he just kicked it. He knew just everything with the cheese.
It failed. We got 8 instead of a 10.
Okay, so we are at 11, 11, 16, 11, and 16. So this should be interesting. Let's see what this broke this up. But I have a feeling it didn't do much. I think the numbers are going to be pretty similar. So good luck with that.
10.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Are you sure so that we get Kyle? We didn't maybe get 9. There's a three-way tie for last place right now.
Bezos Ypsilanti rocket.
Well done, Susan.
We got 10.
10.
10.
Jeff, it might have been too easy. Funk and the Flawed Foolish Fellows Flying Phallus.
10.
But it was fun.
Okay, Vaccinated Against All Pseudoscience.
We got 8.
Yeah, we got 8. We just had them backwards. What if you had Olympics and nobody came?
10.
Wow, so that was easy. Can we say that was easy? You had
No,
like
I don't think it was easy. I think it was well structured.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a bad easy. Easy is not bad.
But it didn't do anything except for funk. No.
Separated the tide first. So there's a solo
Yeah,
person.
it only did that.
That does not make it a bad category.
Yeah.
Well, let's see where we're gonna go. Oh God,
Okay,
where
so-
are we gonna put Kyle?
That's what I'm saying. You need to roll a 3-sided dice.
I gotta go to bed now, everyone.
Oh, good night, Jordan.
Goodbye, Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi,
Jordan.
Good night.
Good night, Jordan.
I think she should stay. I think Jordan should stay up.
I will be back. I will
Okay,
be
good.
back.
Ooh.
Write a category.
Go dream about stinky food now.
Oh no.
I don't know where my dice
I
is.
figured I should have a category that balances out the 3s and 4s that I get from some of my other categories.
All right. So, are we gonna do 2 bonuses?
Yeah.
Okay.
One
Should we do
bonus.
Bono first? Because he was the one who was supposed to be up last, but does it matter?
No, Kevin first, and then Mano is the grand finale, unless Mano wants to go last.
Well, if you hear my category and don't want to do it, just vote it out. It's very simple. Name 10 people who are in the Grand Ole Opry. 10 members of the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay.
Okay, give us like 5 minutes. Give us like a time limit.
Yeah, 5 minutes is, you should need less than that.
Kevin, do they have to be alive?
No, they just have to be members because some people have been kicked out, so they have to be members.
Dead, alive?
They
Doesn't
just
matter.
have to be members.
All right.
There are famous people who are no longer in there or who people think are in there that aren't in there. But I think everybody should get at least an 8.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
Good.
Oh,
Rob, you'll get an 8.
no, Kevin,
Well, Rob
how
did
many
by
members are there in
himself.
total?
Oh, there's a lot.
Why can't I join the room? What's going on?
Oh.
Nothing's happening.
Because Someone we has to haven't say been join the room. invited
I broke it.
Okay, so I gotta put Kyle somewhere. Let me look.
We need him.
Everybody's gonna say that. 1,
No,
2,
but we-
3, 4.
we,
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it would be yours. Because you guys have the least amount of people in your team.
All right.
Assigned to, what is the name of the team? Oh, you don't know. They've
I
already
don't know
left. Vaccinated Against All Citizens. Have fun.
Thank you.
Oh, I gotta go. Minnie Pearl
Yeah. we
Okay,
said
Minnie
Minnie
Pearl.
Roy Clark.
was Johnny Cash.
Oh, yes, for sure.
I can't believe I'm coming up with anything.
Um,
Nothing.
June Carter
didn't know what it
cash?
was.
Sure. But there's got to be hundreds. How is he going to score this?
I'm just gonna look up the names that I know are not on there, and that's it.
Everybody's
gonna score 8 or 9, I think. There's a few people who are famous who are not in there.
Or Kevin, you could just find us a link and we can look up our answers quick.
That's what I'm gonna find right now.
Okay.
And so you probably have, some of the more modern.
What about like Trace Adkins? What about I don't know about new people though. Because I don't know what it qualifies to of the new folks.
Who's the woman who always had the tag on her hat?
Minnie Pearl.
Minnie
Oh, that was
Pearl, you
Minnie
already
Pearl.
said Minnie Pearl.
What about people like Gene Autry?
I don't know who that
If
is.
we have room, let's put them on.
Okay, Gene Autry. Let's stick to older folks because the new ones, I don't know how long you have to be in it to be a
I know
member.
nothing about new people. And I just remember watching Hee Haw, Johnny Cash, and
Hank Williams Jr., I bet he got kicked out.
Probably.
Why were people getting kicked out?
I don't know.
They probably went to rock and roll. Hey, Donny Osmond.
Behavior unbecoming.
I'm a little bit country.
No.
No.
Not a sure thing.
Oh.
But a good idea.
Because
hang on, I'm going to call into the den.
Willie
Hey,
Nelson,
Annie?
Willie Nelson, Merle
10
Haggard,
members of the Grand Ole Opry.
Merle Haggard,
Name 10 members of the
Merle,
Grand Ole
Merle
Opry.
Haggard, Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. How about Elvis? Dolly Parton?
Yeah, we got.
We already have it.
Merle Haggard, bad behavior. He might be not in it.
I've got to look this up.
What about all my exes live in Texas? Really
Thank you. I
handsome
think we have
guy.
plenty. Okay, my husband chimed in a few.
Handsome guy.
Okay, who are they, Robin?
All my
Willie
exes
Nelson.
live in Texas.
We got Willie Nelson.
Okay, Loretta Lynn.
Oh, Loretta Lynn, of
Yeah, good
course.
one, good one.
But I don't know if we needed help on this one, Robin.
We
Who's the
did.
third
And
one?
Crystal Gale.
Crystal Gale, yeah, sure.
What's the other one he came up with, Robin?
Vince Gill.
Kelly, how come you're not chiming in?
We have more than 10.
I wasn't able to tell you what the Grand Ole Opry was. So
Finally, we have a category that
we
Kelly
have
doesn't
many
know.
more than 10, you guys.
we have many categories, Kelly.
But did we think that Merle Haggard had gotten
No.
kicked out?
Let's not put him on there. In fact, I don't even think we should put Buck Owens on there because
Oh, Buck Owens.
he did some hard time. I
Wasn't
think he
it
might
Buck
not-
Owens and Rob? Buck Owens.
Yeah, do you think Buck Owens was in
Okay,
the-
wait, Robin, I don't
My
think
husband
we need
thinks
help
Buck
on
Owens,
this
no.
one. I think
No
we're
Buck
on
Owens.
this. We got more.
Roy, what was his name? Roy and Buck.
Roy Akins.
Was it
Roy Akins.
Roy
and Buck
Acuff
Rogers?
and Roy Clark are both.
Right, Acuff. Okay, we're gonna be going back soon. Why don't we circle the ones that we agree on? We may have 10 we agree on.
Okay.
So somebody read them all.
Dolly Parton,
Yes.
Porter Wagner, Minnie Pearl,
Yeah.
Roy Clark.
Yes.
Okay. Johnny Cash,
Yeah.
June Carter Cash,
Yeah.
Gene Autry.
That's an iffy one. Let's leave
Okay.
that one out.
Okay.
Maybe true.
Crystal Gale.
No idea who that is.
Don't it make my
brown eyes blue.
blue?
Would she be in the
Loretta
Randall
Lynn.
Opry?
Loretta Lynn's little sister.
Yeah.
Oh, Loretta Lynn.
Roy
would be on there.
Acuff.
Okay.
Loretta
Probably Charlie
Lynn.
Pride.
Loretta Lynn for sure.
Loretta Lynn.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Willie Nelson.
Let's take him off because of the pot and do Vince Gill instead.
Okay.
Oh God.
That's 10.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10.
I wonder if Kyle helped. He's like, oh, that
So
was
Kelly, do you not know what the Grand Ole Opry is?
I mean, from context clues, I figured out that it's a country music type.
It is. It's a country music venue, the Grand Old Opera, but they call it Opry. And it's like you really made it, like it's playing Madison Square Garden or something.
Oh, so I would have, like, if you asked me what it was before this category, I would have said like it was a venue, but then you talked about like people being members and I thought it's like some group. So, okay, there we go.
So it takes place at a place called the Ryman Auditorium.
In Tennessee?
Yeah, in Nashville. I think it's in Nashville. Anyway, so Kelly, were you ever a fan of the Prairie Home Companion? No?
Well, those were good.
Oh, because the
guy tells stories
Prairie
on the
Home
radio.
Companion was kind of like a little bit of a takeoff on the Grand Ole Opry.
He told very homey stories about a fictional place. What was his
but
name?
he had like the Martha White. So I think it's Grand Ole Opry has the Martha White Flower Song, and then Prairie Home Companion did like a takeoff on the Martha White Flower Song.
You should play that song. You should play a lick from the YouTube video, Kevin.
No, we don't have time.
We don't have time. Never mind.
It is 12:41.
Oh, you poor thing.
Isn't time up?
Should be.
We said
Go
5
back.
minutes.
I don't have any powers though.
I just did it.
Here we go.
I don't have any powers.
Good job, T.
I couldn't even jump rooms.
Yeah. Sorry.
What's going on, Hector?
What's going on? Hector hid when he heard about the music. He heard us singing you happy birthday, Deborah.
Hi, Kitty.
Other groups must be bigger fans of country than ours.
No, that was only 10 seconds. We need to go back.
That's always, it always ends too quick. Yeah, I don't know why it's going on.
That was 10 seconds. We need to finish this.
Oh, here.
I just put the answers in
when
the
you say
I put the
60
answers in
seconds,
there.
it's like, okay, let's.
Oh, did
commit
you?
everything.
Well, kind of. You have
Don't
to
look
go
at
to-
the thing he just put in.
We
there.
haven't looked at it.
Yeah, it's a Wikipedia link, so if you haven't clicked it yet, you're all right.
Okay.
Kyle, were you a lot of help?
Not much. Maybe
tried.
one.
Can you see your the little group chat on Facebook?
Yeah, I saw that you put something up there. It was long, so I didn't read it all. Let's see.
It's probably easier who's not in there.
So a company has been fined $5 million for claiming its underwear could protect users against COVID-19.
Oh,
Is this an Australian company?
Yeah,
How could that be? Why would anybody
because
believe
we
that?
have companies in Australia, because people are stupid, because I don't know.
Why would anybody believe that, Susan, after the last year and a half?
What
Still have
do
to
they
ask
think?
that
Oh,
question.
I know. You're supposed to wear it over your mouth, over your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Do you wear your underwear on the face?
kind of like more like overwear then.
Like
It
over like a
sounds
mask?
very Mormonish.
So look at this one. I just put a link here. I've gotten this pushed to my phone 3 times in the last week. Apollo Neuro is a stress relief wearable developed by physicians and neuroscientists to help your body recover from stress so you can feel calm and balanced.
Well, if it was
Scientifically proven technology engages with your senses of touch, training your nervous system to bounce back from yada, yada, yada.
Is it a thunder shirt for people?
It sounds like it, huh?
Yeah.
It's
I mean, if
called a-
neuroscience worked on it, it's
Yeah.
gotta be.
It's
good,
called a
right?
wearable hug for your not so nervous system.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
Undershirt for people.
You know what it keeps coming up on Facebook for me, all the time, is this tapping thing. And they have these people going like this. I get that ad. It's not. It's like a promoted ad. So when they people are, what makes me mad is they're saying, Facebook should do a better job about COVID. Blah blah blah. They should get rid of all promoted ads. Anything that somebody is trying to sell should have to be something that works. No ads. No
Really?
ads at
That's
all.
where he
makes
his
money.
You couldn't sell anything.
Oh, come on. There'd have to be something. Well, maybe he would be able to sell, maybe they could raise the price of the ads because you wouldn't be competing with so many people.
Advertising is based on bullshit. You gotta listen
No,
to George Carlin.
but this, like
Facebook
psychics,
is in the business of making money, Susan. That's how they make their money.
psychics shouldn't be able to do, have a.
Well, I know,
Sorry,
but
team, I'm getting an emergency call from my wife in the other room. There's something screaming and she's trying to sleep. It needs a battery and a smoke detector or something. So do you guys have our scores written down?
could you send me?
I'll copy it to you. Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
Something screaming in the other room. Maybe it's a
You gotta
cat.
put out the fire. Don't worry.
No,
about
I
the
have
trigger.
like all my smoke detectors and carbon monoxide, like they speak when they're out of low battery or something, which is really annoying if it happens in the middle of the night.
Isn't it always when they go low?
What do they
Rob, is in
say?
the middle of the night.
Always.
It's like 9 times out of 10. They
All
always.
right,
go
Richard,
up.
you got it, Richard?
Email.
I'm
during
just
the
gonna
day.
look. I'm just gonna
Okay.
look. Where are you sending it?
It's in the
Yes, I
chat.
got it. I got it.
Okay. So, Kevin.
Well, I posted the answers in the chat already.
Oh.
There's 2 lists of who's in it and who's out. If you said Hank
Which one should we
Williams,
look at? The one that's in?
yeah, if you said Hank Williams, he's not in.
Okay.
So deduct a point. If you said
Oh,
Hank Williams,
heavens.
that's the big one.
So we have to click on 2 different links to find out the
No, you
answers.
can just click on the one to see if your guys are listed in it.
Oh, that's a long list.
Is that the first list?
I just
That's a lot of work.
use control find to find it on
Oh,
the
that's
page.
smart.
It's faster.
He's
It's
smart.
still a lot of work, but yeah.
No, habitual drunkenness. Come on.
God, look at all these people.
And I'm not sure about Johnny Cash because he's on both lists.
Oh,
It
so
says he
do
was
we
expelled
count
but
him or not?
reinstated.
He was reinstated.
If I'm giving myself a
Reinstated.
point.
Yes, he was
Yeah, he was
reinstated.
We're getting a
reinstated.
point.
If you
All
said
right.
Johnny Cash, you got it.
All right.
I should have done like current men. There's only 67 current. ones.
Remember, Kevin came up with this at the last minute. So you
Hey,
guys.
This
can-
was my
Fine, I'm
wife's
not
idea for a
complaining.
long time ago, and I says it might fly, but I didn't make a list. I
No,
just
it's
know
good.
the answer.
I like these things that are
All right.
diverse.
Give me 10 minutes and I'll tell you our score.
Right? I never
No, we
heard of
got
monkeys.
roll F, Richard. You can do it.
Well, everybody in on your team should check like the first 3 or something. When everybody check 3 at a time.
I think we
Let's
got
see.
9, Richard.
We did?
I think we got 9. I think the only one we didn't get is Hank Williams.
Yeah, Hank Williams is the big one that's not on the list.
Not on the list.
Oh, Lady
All right.
A's on
Well, he
there.
was, and he got kicked off because he was habitually
Okay.
drunk, which seems stupid because most of these people were.
Really? Every other
song.
song is about alcohol. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but he
My
wasn't
dog
showing up
got
for
drunk again.
his.
It's just, did you
Dog.
show up drunk?
Mm.
So
wasn't
stay
showing
drunk
up,
is
period.
fine.
So how many did we get, team?
Pretty sure
I'm
we got
not-
9.
They're 9, I think, yeah.
So Kevin.
I don't know. I'm trying to sort it out.
People
where-
stop
where-
talking to Richard.
Where's the whole list?
Richard, I think we
One
got
that says
9.
Wikipedia list
Yeah,
of
I know
no
you-
Opry members.
I know you think we
Ah.
got 9, but I've got to check to see if we did get 9.
Everybody give everybody a break. Hold on, give them a minute.
So Kevin, I have one person, it says membership lapse. So I guess that means that we can't use that, right? Willie Nelson?
Well, you didn't pay
No,
his
no.
bill or
He's
something?
on the list of, he is a member, but it says membership lapse. So it's kind of one of those gray areas.
His name's on the wiki article. It counts, right?
Yeah, there you go. So then we got 9. Ben, did you get the same?
I'm still going through the list, but yeah, that's
Yeah, I
kind of
just
what
did a
I'm thinking
control.
too.
I did a control find for each of the ones that we had on our list, and the only one we didn't get was Waylon Jennings.
Yep,
Oh,
that's what I have too.
My cut and
Perfect.
paste stopped working, so this is really difficult. Look, team, if you think we got 9, then
there's no
it's
one.
9.
I did what Adrian did, and I
Yep.
got 9.
Okay,
Excellent. Okay,
cool.
9 it is.
Okay, so let me ask, has everybody got a total?
No,
No.
still going through it. Oh,
I came up with a number for our group, but I'll see what you get.
Hey, Ricky Skaggs is in there.
Yep,
saw
I concur.
that and
Adrian,
Skaggs.
I also got 9.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben.
So, by the way, which one did we get wrong? Peggy?
Hank Williams.
Hank Williams.
Hank
You got
Williams.
thrown-
huh?
you got
Elvis is
thrown
not in
off.
there either.
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay.
had
Okay.
Elvis and we
Well, we took
him
Elvis
off.
off, so. it
Yeah.
doesn't
Elvis
matter.
left the building.
Yep.
So is Elvis not on the list?
He's
He
not in
wasn't
the
on
Grand
the,
Ole
we
Opry.
took him off anyway. He doesn't
Wow.
count as a-
Yeah, I know, but that's surprising.
Don't tell us.
Carl, what did you get for
He
us?
got booed.
I got
Elvis
8
booed
for
at
us.
the Grand Ole Opry.
Wow.
I don't mind getting booze occasionally.
Why
I have
did he get
something other.
They didn't like his type of
Marlon
music.
Daniels.
They didn't like the hillbilly part of it, like, you know.
His hips, man, his hips.
Oh,
Oh, Keith
best that
Urban
I
is
was
on
thinking
there.
of
He did
was Vince
rockabilly.
Gill, by the
yeah.
way.
Are you sure they didn't like the fact that he was getting more into rock and roll? Rock.
It was rockabilly they didn't like.
Yeah. That makes sense.
There go hips.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
actually, I just watched his first appearance on, I guess it was Ed Sullivan, and it's like, and everyone, all the women are screaming, and it's like, that's like nothing compared to today.
Well, of course, Carrie Underwood. Ah,
Are we ready?
Hey, Richard, Keith Urban is on the list.
yes,
Ah.
yeah.
I did say,
Ah.
I said it. Oh, well.
Go Australia.
I think everybody's
New
gonna get
Zealand.
9 or 10, I think. If you didn't
Oh,
mention,
he's a
Is he
Kiwi?
from New Zealand? I didn't
I
know.
Yes.
prefer Carl Urban to Keith Urban.
I think they're
surprised-
both from New
I'm
Zealand.
surprised you guys know. I didn't really would have thought this category would have gone over well.
Susan,
I'm
you said Minnie
pleased.
Pearl. Minnie Pearl's on there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Carl
Pearl's
is
Minnie
on
on
Pearl,
there.
yeah. Brad
Like the
Paisley.
epitome of
Brad Paisley's one of the big ones that's there now.
Keith Urban was born in New Zealand.
But
thought he
wait,
was an
it
Aussie.
says he's a New Zealand-born Australian singer. I don't know what
Oh,
that
there you. Well, we call him a Kiwi. And Carl Urban was born in New Zealand. The guy who played Bones
Yeah,
McCoy. in Star Trek
Carl's
movie.
really awesome. I like Carl.
He's a good actor. I like him. Yeah.
Are they related?
I don't know.
Hey, Mano,
Never
the
heard
guy
about
you and I
it.
were thinking of is Roy Clark.
Yeah, Roy Clark.
Yeah. huh.
Was he on the list? Is he a member?
He is on the list. I
He is
checked.
on the list.
Roy Clark, yeah.
Most established
Ah.
country stars are. Most
Yeah.
established
Was that one of the
country
hosts
stars
of Hee Haw?
Yes, that's
Yes.
exactly
Okay.
what
I remember him.
Mano
And
I
they
were trying
did,
to
those
remember.
episodes
Hee Haw
were
as a
recorded.
kid.
Those episodes of Hee Haw were recorded right there.
They, according to Wiki, they are of no particular relation. They could have had, who knows.
Oh
who
my
knows?
gosh, that Roy Clark song Yesterday When I Was Young, one of the best songs of all time.
Roy Clark
It's
when I was
it's
young.
okay. When I was young,
It's,
yeah.
it's okay.
No,
Everybody
it's one of
got-
the best
everybody
songs
got their
of all
numbers?
time.
I
okay.
think
We're
it's
gonna do a
fine.
second bonus
Aaron.
round. You
It's
know.
fine. It's a fine song.
Oh, I remember him. My
They
dad
did
loved
the Hee Haw episodes were all done like
Are we going to do
at
scores?
once.
Yeah.
I
Eventually,
thought, are
yeah.
you guys done?
Probably
I
about
think,
an hour. We'll get the scores.
I think it's so lonesome I
Next thing
could
you're gonna
cry.
tell
So
me
did
that
you
wasn't
get
a real
9s or 10s?
cornfield.
That's what you have to report. 8s, 9s, or 10s. Most people
Okay,
know
here
a lot
we
of them.
go. Let me ask you your scores. Calm down now, everybody. Don't have heart attacks.
Well, Kevin says we should all get 10, so
I
Eights,
agree.
nines,
let's
and
just do
10s.
that.
No,
Done.
because the scores won't change. We got a three-way tie. So Funk and the Flawed Foolish Fellows Flying Phallus.
Where is my
You guys all told me you had your scores ready.
10, we have 10.
Okay. Bezos episodic rocket.
9.
Good luck with that.
9.
Vaccinated against all pseudoscience.
5.
Oh.
I didn't see
Mark,
that
None
coming.
of us is in the country.
And what if you had Olympics and nobody came?
8.
Who's winning?
They're going to find out in a second.
Hurry up, Susan. We need to know who's winning.
Aw.
Hi,
Mark, name
everybody.
somebody in the Grand Ole Opry.
Fred.
Fred.
Fred
Don't
Akers,
be a
yeah,
Fred.
sure.
It's not his name, but that's what I named him.
Here's who's winning.
Fred.
Mm.
30, 30,
Last
29,
place.
31, and 34. So what if you had Olympics and nobody came? So the group that's winning right now is Mono's, the team that Mono's on. So the bonus category that Mono's about to do,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
just saying, don't screw it up for your
We're in
team.
trouble.
My team scored a 10 on that last one, and I didn't help. Thank you, Susan.
Very nice.
Very welcome. Very welcome.
Minnie Pearl. She knew Minnie Pearl.
And I
Oh,
couldn't
yeah,
remember
Minnie
if
Pearl.
she was the one that had the
We
Yes,
didn't even
that's
put her
right.
on our list.
that's the
Should
first.
have thought of
The
her.
first one I thought of.
Yeah.
I saw the statue of her when I was there. I think she's sitting on a park bench or something, and I totally forgot about her.
Okay, let me give you your powers, Mono. I'm gonna
I see we have more
after
toothbrushing
this,
going on in the
when
background.
I hang this up, I'm gonna go watch Minnie Pearl. I'm writing it down right now.
Minnie Pearl trivia next week? Oh, no. Price was her hat.
Did you know who was on?
Yeah, what was the
Grand
price
Ole
tag
Opry?
value on the hat?
Yeah, how much was her
Mark
hat?
says
Oh,
he would have been a ringer for the Grand Ole Opry category.
Category's gonna be.
Did your father used to watch her?
Rah, 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 rah.
Your father used to watch.
Yeah, my father used to watch it. We watched Hee Haw every
Was that
time.
Mark Edward?
Was
That
that
was
He
Mark
was
Edward.
recorded.
the Mark Edward?
Me, Mark Edward, with his.
Hello,
The
Mark
artists would
Edward.
get together.
He's
The artists would
Hi,
get together
Mark.
and record
Mark.
several hee-haws in a row.
Mark,
they
they're
would
all saying
record,
hello to you
record,
now.
record, and then they would play it. Like twice a year, they recorded it.
They saying hi to you now.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hi,
Mark.
Mark.
Edward,
Hi, Mark.
I've just been reviewing a book written by a journalist here in Australia, and he quotes you.
Ooh.
By who?
A journalist called Gary Nunn. He's written a book called The Psychic Tests, and he quotes you in it.
He quotes me.
Yeah, quotes you from the book, your Psychic Blues book.
Oh, from Psychic Blues.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I guess you can do that, but I wish you would send me a copy.
The book isn't out. It's a journalist.
A journalist. So it's. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll hear from him. What's his name again?
Gary Nunn, Nunn.
Please send us a link when you find one.
I'll send you a link.
Okay.
So what did he quote me?
I'll tell you later. It's all right. I'm gonna find it.
Just roughly.
I don't.
Never mind. All right.
I
They're
can't
all
find
mad
that.
at me for the game running
He's
so
on the
long.
spot. He can't find it.
Long. It's only what
You
is it?
can't quote people roughly anyway.
It's 1 a.m. in New York. Oh, okay. Or in New Jersey. That never bothered you before, did it?
And in Delaware.
It bothered me, but it bothered Rob.
It's tomorrow when
And
Richard.
Kelly.
It's been tomorrow for the entire time in Australia.
Yeah, in Australia, it's been
But it's in
tomorrow.
the daytime
I'm-
tomorrow.
I'm telling you.
All right. Oh, I was going to send you your rooms. I kind of need to know, Mano, what you want to do here, dude.
Yeah, so you want the category?
Yeah, that would be helpful.
So the category is Africa, the continent.
Africa.
Oh, not the country.
Okay.
Okay, so here is the category, the question. There are, let's see, where is this? The African Union is an organization of 55 states in the African continent. Name 10 of those states. You do not need to get the name exactly right because they have some elaborate names sometimes, but the country should be unambiguously identifiable. Okay? Now that would be too easy, I think.
Oh, come on.
I mean, 10
But there are a lot
in
of countries
Africa.
that-
I mean, how hard can that be? So here is the kicker, the scoring. The scoring is that you get a point from your list of 10 for only those names on your list that no other group has.
Oh.
Oh, that's good.
This
That
will
should
take
really
forever to
mess up the
score.
scores.
That's going to be hard to.
No, this will take forever to store.
Oh,
No,
my
no, I
God.
like this because we are so close right now with this
Well,
score.
you could say just everyone with a different letter. Like
Oh,
you can't
my
have
I
two
know.
names.
I like this.
Okay, send us to our rooms before there's
It's going to
any
be
more
hard to
discussion.
score, but go ahead. Let's do this.
So is it clear? Is it clear for everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Good luck, all.
Is this the final round?
Yeah, it's our final countdown.
And so it begins.
Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire,
What?
the Ivory Coast, but it's in French. The Central African Republic, Gabon, Mauritania, Namibia, Djibouti, the Republic of the Congo, which is different than the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
No, I'm not hearing things.
What else is unlikely to be selected?
Like I'm not even sure how I know how to spell it, but I don't. Malawi.
Yes, Malawi.
Malawi. Yeah.
And
I knew
how
someone who went
about
there.
Zambia?
The only way I've heard of it.
That one somebody might have.
Malawi.
So I'm wondering a different strategy here. Maybe we should go for the common ones
No.
because everybody's going to go for the odd
The
ones.
thing is, I'm also expecting that a lot of people won't be able to name more than about 15 or 20 countries in Africa, and some of them may pick the country that is not in the African Union, which is Morocco.
Right.
I think we should pick Libya, Egypt.
No,
The
no.
theory that
Somalia.
no one else will say that, I don't think that. If it
I
was
think it's
something
a- I think
more
you
I,
use
common-
a
I agree
reverse
with
strategy.
Caspian that some people are going to run out of countries and use those common ones.
Well, how about a half and half? Do we have 10?
I've got
Yes.
10, yeah.
We got more than 10.
If it were something more commonly known, I might think Susan has some points here, but I kind of lean on
I'd also
Caspian.
throw in like as possibilities like Tanzania, Zambia, and Togo.
I think Tanzania
Ethiopia.
is a little too likely to be picked. Same with
Okay.
Ethiopia.
I know. I was just kidding.
Like
But
Eritrea.
Run by him again,
How about
Caspian.
Madagascar?
No, more, very likely to be picked. The 10 I have are Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, the Central African Republic, Gabon, Mauritania, Namibia, Djibouti, the Republic of the Congo, Malawi, and Zambia.
I'm good with that.
I would never have gotten any of those.
Either would I.
You need to play
Senegal.
more war games.
Oh, figures. It's some video game.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if this is Risk, if it was Risk, I might do better.
No, I like those. I like those.
Yeah, when I was in high school, my geography teacher made us memorize the name and location of every country in Africa, and a few of them still exist.
I was going to say, what's the point? That long ago, right?
Yeah, we also had to memorize all 15 of the Soviet Socialist republics.
Oh, Lordy.
Why?
Not surprising.
Why?
It's geography class, and they need to justify its existence.
What, Jane?
Oh, haven't African states changed more than any other?
I think
Not so much. Since
it seems like they just changed.
Since I was in middle school, which is, I think,
There's been a lot of changes in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, actually, Africa's been pretty stable border-wise.
Since
The only significant change I can think of is South Sudan.
Yeah.
So when are we going to
Soviet
Gianni's?
Union and the breakup of Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia created a lot of European chaos.
Gianni's?
That's not a country in Africa.
Sadly.
I want to go to Gianni's.
Okay.
I want
Okay.
the base rate to go
Johnny
down
Rockets?
again.
No.
There is a Johnny Rockets in Monterey.
Oh God, no. No, I'm not sure it's still there.
Oh, there was a Johnny Rockets in Monterey.
Where was it?
It's on Cannery Row.
Cannery Row.
Underneath what used to be the Blue Fin.
Oh, Jane, do you go to Gianni's, Jane?
Do I go to Gianni's?
Yeah, it's in Pacific
I
Grove.
haven't-
Isn't that where you're at?
I haven't been there since the kids were in school. It's been a few years ago.
You're not a pizza person?
I am, but it's over in Pacific Grove, or it's on Lighthouse. So
Isn't that where you're at?
No, I'm in Marina.
Oh, well, that's closer than I am.
Hey, Caspian, how
for
do you
some
spell
reason I
that
thought
one
you were
French
PG.
one that was for the Ivory Coast?
No.
Charlie, Oscar, Tango, Echo, space, Delta, apostrophe, Indigo, Victor, Oscar, Indigo, Ralph, Echo.
Okay.
Got an E on the end? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Isn't there an accent on one of the letters on the?
There might be, but I don't know where it is.
Let me look and see if everybody's back already.
I don't speak French, so.
Me neither.
Nobody's back. So that must mean they're having a hard time, or they're just chit chatting after they gave me crap about hurry.
Well, they need a little bit of time. This hasn't been that long.
And the problem really is not just the amount of time, it's how long you have after you get warned. Because it'll say a minute, it'll give you 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It seems to only be doing that when I do it.
Oh.
I think if
It's all
Mano
your
was the
fault.
one that called him back, or Kelly was to call him back, it probably
Gives him the whole time. Huh.
Or
I think
maybe it's
decided
when
to have a
you
lot of time.
leave the room, Susan.
I could do that. So I didn't get anything about Gianni's.
I want to wait till the case rate in Monterey County goes below 2 again.
The case rate?
Uh-huh.
Ugh. That's gonna be a while.
Oh, yeah, I didn't read the front section yet today.
Well, I think Florida, Texas, and Missouri are responsible for like 40% of all the cases of COVID. Right now.
Shock.
Well, they're big states, so they should be responsible.
Missouri's
for
not a
large
big
numbers.
state.
Well, not only that, I have a friend in Missouri, and she's been, crying over the things the governor has been doing for months and months, literally in tears.
Yeah.
Of the stupidity.
Yeah.
Well, St. Louis is pretty big. I mean, Missouri may not have a lot of other people in it, but
Well, it's got St. Louis and Kansas City. That's not
yeah, yeah. But
And
everything
unfortunately, there's enough people in the rest of the state to outweigh the Democratic-leaning St. Louis and Kansas City areas.
Yeah.
So it's a heavily Republican state.
Yeah. Yeah. I like St. Louis though.
I do, but I live there, so.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Kansas City. I've never been to St. Louis.
They have a great botanical garden in St. Louis. It's just wonderful.
Oh, Missouri Botanical Garden, yeah.
It's fabulous.
What is the best month to go to St. Louis between the months of April and September?
Nothing after April.
Yeah, not in the summer.
I
mean, April, May, even June's not
took
bad.
you there in June, didn't I, Cass?
Yes, and it was hell.
We went there in the fall, and I can't remember what month. It might have been November, early November. It was
St. Louis has about 4 weeks of nice weather. We have 2 weeks of fall and 2 weeks of spring. Then it's ungodly hot or ungodly cold.
Yeah, no, it was really, really nice when we were there. And
yeah, but I can deal in the cold as long as I'm not in a plane.
And then of those 4 weeks, it's raining half of those weeks. So
cool.
It's like 2 weeks of nice weather all year long.
What's rain?
We don't know what that is anymore.
You know what's funny is that we don't, living here in Salinas, where we are, Monterey County for so long, when we traveled, I never took weather into account because I just assumed it was always okay. I never
took weather into account.
I never thought about it. I said, let's go to Washington, D.C. Let's go to St. Louis. Yeah. I don't know.
I have cousins that live in Canada, and they used to visit here during the summertime because that's when they were out of school, and they just assumed that the grass was yellow all year round in St. Louis. Like, no, that's just you're coming in the height of summer in August, and the grass is all dead already.
Why do you live, cousin Carl? Why do you live where the grass is always yellow?
Well, like where we live, it's only green for about like 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Feels
every
like
year.
Yeah, but those weeks can be.
When we moved here, I asked Jim if he missed the extreme seasons because it was kind of in my DNA.
Nope.
And I got over it. Took a while, but I got over it.
I was talking to somebody on Sunday he's from California and he's basically based in Berkeley, but he's a retired professor who spent most of his professional career in Massachusetts. And I'm like, why do people want to be in Massachusetts? I mean, what is there other than, your job? But, I know of someone who wants to move there and they're a young person. And I'm like, why would you go there? It's like this, in the summer you got mosquitoes and no-see-ums and who knows what else. In the winter it snows. Who needs that? Why would you want to live somewhere like that?
Because it's different, I guess.
And a lot of things are different. I like other kinds of different.
I mean, it's probably better than living in Virginia.
Maybe, although at least it's a little warmer in Virginia but yeah, probably not as humid.
Yeah. It's only 86% humidity right now in St. Louis.
Yes, but what's the temperature on top of that?
Well, right now at midnight, 71 degrees.
Oh,
no.
Very nice.
That's why he's inside.
At night, no.
Are you guys almost finished?
Yeah, but I wanted you to pull everybody back.
It's supposed to get up to 91 tomorrow and 96
because when I
the
pull
next
people
day.
back, it's only a couple seconds. But I think that if you pull people back, it'll go the full minute.
Okay, so
Close all
and
rooms.
I do that by
Go to breakout rooms and you
Yep.
should have a red.
close all rooms. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
I'll
think that'll work.
I'll give you a minute. I'll go back to the other group just to make sure that they're done. And
Okay.
So it's right now, it's just for, this is for Carl. It's 52 degrees here right now.
Oh,
at,
man.
10 after 10 at night.
I think it topped out at about 65.
Wow, I got to 65 today, man. That's hot.
It was so cold today. Yesterday was nice, but all the other days this week have been more like that. Like no sun.
Oh, it's been like that for the past month. 2
Yeah.
months, maybe.
No, it was a little warmer a couple weeks ago.
It's
We
like-
were hitting the 70s.
January and Julevember is what we're
Yeah.
having this year.
Good day to work in the yard. It didn't get hot.
Yeah, I'm
That
gonna
was-
work in the
that's
yard
not-
tomorrow. That's gonna be my day to work in the yard. I did the other day and it was perfect. It's just
I don't
wonderful.
mind if I'm working outside because you kind of get up, you warm yourself up working.
All right,
Oh.
here we go.
Did you guys feel the earthquake last night?
No, we're Californians.
Oh,
It'd have to be an earthquake.
it was like at 5 o'clock. I felt this big jolt.
5 in the
Oh.
morning? Really?
Oh, 5 in the afternoon.
Oh, 5 in the afternoon?
No,
No,
I wouldn't have noticed
I'm
that.
walking out to my car or something. Oh, no, wait.
Well, good job, you guys.
Good job. Yeah.
In a little meeting. So we'll see.
I'm real curious on the strategy of this one.
Yeah. Susan wanted to pick common ones on the idea that everyone would avoid the common ones.
That's my strategy. I don't know if
That's
you
what
guys did it or
everybody's
not.
strategy.
I wanted to do that too. We didn't.
Oh no! So
But
everybody
you
did
didn't
that.
go for the common
We did
ones.
not
but
listen to
everyone
Susan.
else is avoiding them.
I wanted half and half, so we would
That's what we
have
did, kind of.
Uh-oh.
pick the most common
could be,
ones.
This could
No,
be
we
the
didn't.
Princess Bride strategy. If
I
I know
said-
that you know that I know.
Yeah, yeah.
That which
I
you
said
did
to
not
my
smell
team,
is iocane powder.
I said to my
Yeah.
team, that's what everyone is doing. So
What
we
I
did.
wanted to do was pick a letter and go with all of them in alphabetical order. Like the letter A and B, C, and just pick as many as we can at the beginning of the alphabet.
And Kevin was outvoted.
And nobody else wanted to do it. So I was, okay, whatever you guys want to do.
Are there any A's? I didn't even think of an A. Oh, Algeria.
Algeria?
Yes, yes.
I can't believe
How many people said Wakanda? Come on.
Congo. So this should be interesting.
Wakanda,
So how do you
Wakanda
guys-
forever.
How do you want to do this,
Wakanda
Mano?
forever.
You're muted.
Why am I being asked to join a?
Okay, I'm gonna close the breakout rooms because it keeps asking people to join.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So Mano, you're muted. Yeah. How do you want to do this?
Okay, I have a system for scoring it. But
Yes,
just
thank
want
you.
to, I just want to talk about, it was very interesting, the groups. I mean, there were people strategizing.
I'm going to take a call. I'll be back in a minute.
One strategy was, of course, to try and find the most obscure countries that nobody has heard of. The other strategy was people who said, let's look at the most obvious countries because the other people, it was reverse psychology.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, and some people tried to get a mix of those. There was a question as to whether the African Union was the same as the continent of Africa, or whether it was only sub-Saharan Africa. So actually the African Union consists of all the countries on the continent of Africa, all the way, if you look at the boundary, going up to the Mediterranean at the top and down to South Africa at the bottom. So those are the clarifications. Okay, so that's the thing. So here's how we're going to do it.
Okay.
Let's take any one group. Give me any group wants to go first?
Do you want to go with who's got the highest score, the lowest score? Or?
Let's say the lowest score.
Okay, let me give you the lowest score.
I think we're in that group.
The lowest score, there's 2 ties. So I'll give you Bezos Epsilonic rocket. What do you guys got?
Okay. Bezos Epsilonic rocket. So what I want you to do is, you have your list of 10. Give the first name on that. And if any other group has got that, you have to strike it off, and that group also has to strike it off.
Okay, our first list on ours is Madagascar.
Anybody else got it?
Yes.
Yes.
I heard a
that's
yes.
Oh, that's a really clever way of scoring this. I like
Yeah.
this.
Also,
So-
let's not say no if you don't have it, just the yes, because Zoom will only play one audio at a time.
Okay, so that's a yes. Next one. then?
If you don't have.
Ivory Coast.
Yes.
Yes.
We had it in French.
Yeah, that's okay. Still,
We had both.
Yeah.
We didn't have it on our list.
Okay, third one.
Chad.
Actually, I have it on our 10. We didn't?
And we have Chad.
You have Chad, Rob.
Yep.
Okay.
How dare you have our answer?
You have
Okay.
Chad, but do you have Biff?
Fourth.
Let's see, Egypt.
Oh, you went with the easy one.
That was reverse strategy.
Well, again, that's the whole. If
Yes.
everyone's avoiding it, let's put it.
But Jeffrey, you said you have it, right?
Yes,
Yes.
we had it.
Just say loud, yes. Don't put your hand up because sometimes we can't.
Okay.
Okay. Next is Tanzania. Anyone?
Nope.
No one. We got a point.
All right. 6.
All right, Somalia.
Okay.
2 in a row. We're on a roll.
Next one.
Zimbabwe.
Yep, we got that.
Oh, the streak is broken. Don't. Libya.
I knew it. See, I wanted to put Libya too. Well, then it would have messed it up. But
Wouldn't help.
Ghana.
We have it.
Dang it. Niger.
Yes.
We have it.
Oh.
We have
Damn
it.
it.
I think it's Niger, but never mind.
Oh, okay.
No, it's Niger.
Is it Niger?
No,
As long as it's a song.
it's tomato or tomato. Go on.
We got
We know what
a
country you
whopping
mean.
3.
Okay, you got 3. Okay, so what's the next group that wants to go up? What's the other group?
So good luck with that.
Should be ours,
Okay.
Jeffrey.
Good luck with that. All right.
And you only have to read the ones you don't have crossed out already.
Well,
Exactly.
clearly, it would be kind of stupid to do the other. Anyone have Niger or Zimbabwe or Chad? Okay, Djibouti.
Got it.
We have that.
Oh,
God damn it, Carl.
damn it.
That's blame Caspian for that.
Mozambique. Nobody?
All right.
Nobody. Yes. Lesotho.
We have
Yeah,
it.
we got it.
We have it.
Oh,
Oh.
You guys are too smart.
Botswana. Nobody?
That's a good one.
Oh,
Yay.
Nice.
yay.
So clearly done.
Eritrea.
Eritrea.
Right.
That's the one we were trying to think of, Gail.
Nobody. Yes.
Yay.
Yay.
It
Namibia.
was mentioned, but we didn't go with it.
Namibia?
Yes.
Yeah, we had that.
Oh. And lastly on our list is Rwanda. Nobody?
Yay, Rwanda.
Yay,
These
Rwanda.
lists are going to get shorter and shorter
Of
as
course.
we
You
go.
got
Right.
4?
It's so
Four.
easy.
We got 4.
Our list shrink.
4.
We got, well, I think we got 5, didn't we?
4 I
now.
counted.
For now.
No, we got Mozambique, Botswana, Eritrea, and Rwanda.
We didn't get Namibia?
Nope.
Somebody else had Namibia, right?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so the next team that should go would be vaccinated against all pseudoscience.
All right. First one, Burkina Faso.
We have it.
We have it.
What the who, the what?
Number 2, the Gambia.
We have it.
We have it.
Our list
We
is
have
shrink so much.
Number 4, Mali.
We have it.
We have it.
Oh, no.
Mali
You guys
or
are so clever.
Number
Is
5,
that Mali or
Liberia.
Malawi?
We have Liberia.
Liberia, we have.
Wow.
And our
We
list.
have like the same list. Okay. Next one, South Africa.
Oh, really?
Oh, nobody got South Africa.
We
One with Africa
almost
in the
put that.
name.
We
Another one.
almost
They
put
did
that.
that because it's
Just
so
because we
obvious.
figured no one else would.
Everybody rejected it.
Okay. Number 8, Ethiopia.
Oh, we had that on our list too, and we took it off. Lucky.
All right.
He's got
Lucky
two.
dogs.
Good.
2 for vaccinated against all
Yep.
pseudoscience. This is very interesting. I like this. This is great, Mano. Okay, so the last one that should go, well, I guess the next one is and the flawed, foolish fellows flying fouls.
We only have 2 left.
Oh, poor Kelly.
Burundi.
Oh.
Ooh, we got a point.
Good.
And
Yay.
Senegal.
We have
We have
that.
Senegal.
Sorry,
Sorry,
team,
one
I had to
point.
take a call.
No
One
problem.
1 point. Oh, this is tight. Okay, so what if you had Olympics and nobody cared? Do you have this is Mano's team now.
Okay, here are the countries we have that nobody else has said. The Central African Republic.
What?
Gabon.
That is the bomb, that
Mauritania.
country.
The Republic of the Congo.
Yes.
Wait, didn't we remove that one? Yes, right?
Malawi.
It wasn't on our list.
Did we take that one off?
We did.
We took it off.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Congo's a point.
No.
I think Malawi already came off, didn't it?
No, that was Mali.
Malawi.
I thought they both did. Okay, never mind.
And Zambia.
Was Zambia on our list, Rod? Rob?
Nope.
Nope.
Woohoo.
Okay, and nobody else had the Republic of the Congo, which is distinct from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, formerly Zaire, correct?
Yeah. The list of countries, I've just put it in the African Union.
Thank you.
So that's 6.
Oh,
wow.
Cass rattled them all off, and he would have, the strategy of my strategy would have not worked, I don't think.
Not as well.
No, well, Caspian had really obscure places. So.
Susan, I think your strategy would have worked if this was a category where people were more likely to know other less common things.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Mano, I want to know, did you think that that there would be strategy involved?
Yes, I was wondering, I was curious as to which strategy people would go for, the most obscure or the most obvious, as a reverse psychology thing.
We kind of had a mix. We decided to do a little bit of both.
Did that work?
So.
My strategy would have been just pick all the G's. And then
We got a
all-
3, so take it.
I really appreciate the audacity of just picking South Africa and assuming nobody else.
Yeah.
We
And
almost put that. We
almost put Egypt.
That, and we
What about
discussed how
Egypt?
many
I
other people would
expected some
put it.
people with that strategy to choose Egypt.
Yeah, we
did.
didn't do that strategy, or we would have done that.
Yeah.
Egypt,
The funny thing
Morocco.
is, when someone reads one you didn't put, you can't kick yourself for not putting it.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have put that.
Somebody put Libya, right?
What?
I think that's Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
So did Madagascar, was that considered one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody put Madagascar?
Yeah,
we did. Yes. It wasn't one
Yeah.
week. It had to be crossed off our list.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. Okay,
We
so
had
you
to
guys
cross it
ready
off.
for the scores? Are you ready? Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
It was
It's gonna
tight.
make-
Oof.
That last one really
Third place.
hit. But these two teams, good luck with that. And Bezos' team were in the last. They were tied for last place. So they actually
second.
They
took
weren't.
over and overtook these two
Second
teams.
place.
Wow.
Yay!
Hey, that's okay. I'm happy with that.
That is impressive that these two teams ended up because of this category.
And I
Wow.
didn't
I guess
curse
this
my
other
own,
and the Grand Ole Opry
Aspen
category.
only got.
and I didn't curse my team.
Really,
that's a good point.
because both of our
That's
teams
fun.
got 4. I got the same list.
That was really
Like-
fun, Mano. That was good.
That was fun.
That was
That
good.
was
Great
excellent.
I think
Excellent,
all the
Mona.
categories were fun tonight.
Interesting
I learned, you know
idea.
what
Way
it
of
is?
scoring.
I learned something on
Yeah,
every
that
one
was
of these.
interesting.
I learned.
I don't know if I want to do that super often, but it was interesting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they were very interesting categories.
It was nice. It
The
was
law,
really a game of chance, not just of knowledge.
I know what
And-
foods to avoid now. If somebody
and-
offers me something, I'm gonna say no. That's on the list of the top the stinky foods that I'm
Some kimchi. That's some kimchi. Kimchi
I'm
with
gonna take
Limburger
that.
cheese.
I'm gonna write
Kimchi
it
is
so I
great.
carry it with me when I travel. So
And good on Kevin for coming up with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Grand Ole Opry. Yeah,
That's
I had
good.
never, I hadn't thought of it. I love it when we're doing different. And that's the great thing about you guys is, that we're all doing these categories. We come up with some bizarre stuff, except we did have 2 things that had food in them today. Which
Well, that's
last
fine with
week it was
me.
two sports.
You got people for next week? I have 2 categories half written. I'll finish one if,
Here's what we have for next week. Carl, Richard Saunders, Mike
Oh.
Wolf, and Kevin wants one.
if you got, yeah, I'll
Rob,
write.
you're doing bonus.
What was that?
You're doing bonus next week.
Oh, okay.
He's like,
Yeah,
well. And then I have nothing for the week after that, which would be August 5th. So
Hey, you
know,
want
I
you want
always
you want to
want
make
to-
that your week off, Susan?
I'll volunteer for the 5th.
okay.
Yeah.
Take the 5th.
You'll take the 5th?
Anybody else I hear from anybody?
I-
Oh,
I can answer that
Other
question
people
on
want
Monday.
it first.
Robin wants one?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Good, Robin
I
wants
can do one on the 5th.
Okay, Kyle.
Kyle.
Kyle. The
I
other
told Susan I have
Right
enough material to do all of the categories and a bonus. So if she wants to take a day off and actually join a team to play for
Or
real,
if
she
I'm
can do that.
out, if I'm out or something.
And
Well, we'll
Isabella
see.
still has her category. She just hasn't
Oh,
done
yeah,
yet.
yeah. I should put Isabella down.
Yeah, she wants to know if the pitch is moist.
And I need a bonus category. Not next week, but the week after.
I like
I'm always
what,
ready if you want me.
the scoring on that last one.
For bonus?
Someone should come up with a bonus similar to that, the way Mano did it.
Yeah, that worked out well.
That was
Mono,
pretty
on
cool.
how to score
Yeah,
it.
I like
It
that.
went pretty
That-
quick.
It was
It was
good for
good.
the scoring, really. So if you
It
can
really
come up
didn't
with,
take,
if people
it
can
didn't
come up
take
bonus
long.
categories like that, that's fun. Gail, did I hear you say you want to do bonus?
I'm always
And some
ready to do
dinner.
any of them. I mean, I enjoy writing the questions more than I do not answering them because I don't know the answer.
So that'll be August 5th. So I have Caspian, Robin, Kyle, Isabella, and Gail. And I'm assume Isabella will be around, but if she isn't, we'll kind of come up with something. So great job, you guys. You do know that there's a trivia, I'm recording these and they're so much fun.
Did you do the baby pitches the second half? Was that last week?
No, I
No.
didn't do
Not
it
yet.
because everybody gave me such shit for the last.
Oh,
I
Hey,
will, I
did you
have the
see-
pictures. I
did you
have
see
the
the
pictures.
Thanks
ready,
for-
Susan. I'm
Did you
ready.
see
Kevin,
the
I'm
pictures
really
that
annoyed
Robin
that you
had?
reminded her.
Yeah, why'd you remind her? I'm
Thank
gonna,
No,
I
did
go
you see the
Kevin
pictures?
off the island.
No, did you see the pictures that Robin had of the celebrities? Can you name those people? That's what it felt like for us.
No, but you know what? If and when I do this, which I will do this,
No,
For the
do
others.
the day I'm on
I will
vacation, I'm
put-
gone.
I
like
will
it.
put some sort of hint.
I
Yeah,
vote for it,
just don't
Susan.
declare it's easy. If
I
you
don't
don't
need it.
declare it's
Ben,
easy,
Ben
then
did really
I
good.
think we'll
Karen
probably
did
do
good.
Some of us did well.
Yeah, some of you guys did
Yeah.
Yeah,
well.
you scored 3.
No,
as
Susan,
well.
do it on the,
I got a
do it on the
6.
first
I did
Thursday of the
alright.
month when I won't be there.
Yeah, me too.
Let me
Well,
tell you, it's nice.
So
We have endured science that we have no idea about.
here is the difference. Here is the
Video
difference. Here
games,
is
we know
Karen.
nothing about
Karen,
it.
Gotta go.
Karen,
Thanks,
Karen, let me
everyone.
talk.
Bye.
Here is the
Night,
difference.
everybody.
And we did not complain.
I'm
Yeah.
not complaining. I want to say what was different, which made it bad.
I'm not complaining. I'm saying what's
Oh,
wrong.
Rob, you're complaining. Come on.
Oh,
Can I tell you what the difference was? Every other one, right? If there's one good person in the room, your team does well, right? She didn't do that. She averaged all the scores and I got 0. So if there's a bunch
Good
of
night,
people,
Wilma.
right? So basically a team score is basically
Which
based on the
was- which
best
is dead
person
easy to
category
get
usually.
5 or so.
But in this case, that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
All
So-
we need is a revision of the scoring.
Yes, I would agree. That would make it somewhat better. Right.
Good night, Adrian.
The next time I do
Night.
it,
Adrian.
Bye,
I'm
everybody.
gonna
Happy
do
Friday.
some kind of hint.
Almost.
Well,
Good
the
night,
one I
team.
sent you was a picture of my kindergarten class. Find me in that. You know, that's tough.
Oh, that would, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
The guy with the white beard.
Exactly. When I was
But the
5.
thing is, it's
the
fun to
glasses.
challenge you guys on things that are really, sometimes you're horrible at. It feels great to have you guys, some people sometimes not do well and other people do amazingly well. I like that. I think it's great. Ben and Karen and who was this other person? Ben and Karen got 6 and somebody else got 6.
And I was worried I was going to do terrible. And I was looking at faces and I'm just like, oh my God, that's.
Who was the third
Yeah.
person? Ben, oh, Carl. Carl, Ben.
Yeah, Carl
and-
did well.
and Carl,
Right,
Ben,
yeah.
and Karen.
But that was random chance.
And I
that
don't
did
know,
well.
a lot of you I have not met in person, so.
No, some of those pictures just screamed people's faces to me. I mean, granted, there were other ones I had no idea who they were, but other ones I was like, oh, that's, gotta be this person.
I got 2 on that. That was so.
I thought it was.
So to
great.
me, this was like if I was totally blind and you had match pictures, because I do not see faces very well, even looking at somebody I know if they change their hairstyle. So that was like embarrassingly horrible and stressful to do that. And then because it was they averaged the score, my 0 counted a lot. Whereas if it was an irregular scoring thing, it wouldn't matter if someone in the team did well. If I was in a team with Karen, we would have got 6.
But we can't have it so the whole team.
Why not?
Because you had several people on one team that had pictures in there. So you had a team with like 5 women in it that had the pictures
Good night,
in there.
Alex.
Their score they all know who they are.
So we could all do it like we did before, but you don't average the score. You just take the top score of the people in that team.
The top
like you always do.
The top score.
Yes. The highest
the
score
top.
of whoever's in that team.
Well, when I thought of
that makes it like the other.
That's correct. That's what I'm trying to do. Make it like the other thing. So it's not like so pressure on one person who's bad at something.
Or we could just do it for fun and not for a meaningful score.
Or we take a different type of average, not the arithmetic mean.
That would, Karen, that's what the entire game is.
I know, but some people are taking it very seriously. Maybe.
But we like to argue.
And by stating it that we shouldn't take it seriously, that won't help for those people.
Just incite us to take it more seriously.
Look,
Exactly.
guys. There's so many categories in here that I listen to.
All right,
don't
we'll
have
take the median, mean, and modal scores.
And take the average of those. I like that. I like that.
Drop the high and the low like the Olympics do.
Why don't we take the hypergeometric mean?
Oh, yeah.
Drop the low.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I'm not embarrassed. I just accept I don't know it.
We'll put everyone's score on a graph and take the slope of that line.
But seriously, Karen, the difference is if you're on a team like that and there's one person who knows everything, you still get a 10. It doesn't matter how bad you were. It does your badness at it doesn't bring everyone to score down.
I've been on some teams where it has, though, actually.
Yeah, I understand, but we're not doing it that way.
They convince you.
Rob, if you know 0, you can just fake internet problems and drop off.
I think I'll do that next time, seriously.
Why do you think I have intermittence?
Internet.
I'm sorry,
I didn't think of that, but now I know why. I also have a skunk on my deck or under my deck.
It's just hanging out and it's not bothering you?
Anybody else There's a smell large it? deck.
Can't smell it from here, Janine.
No,
That's
Smells
good.
wonderful. I like the smell of skunk.
What?
Yeah, until it gets too close.
Well,
How
not
close
a
have you ever
close
been
one.
to actual skunk spray?
What, Bob?
Yeah.
My daughter likes the smell of skunk.
I love it.
Slightly, maybe okay,
Oh,
but
yeah. If
one
I'm
of
on
our
the road driving, I'm like,
Ode to skunk.
smells so good.
one of my first dates, very early dates with John, we got skunked.
Oh.
That's a bonding experience.
On purpose.
Wow.
Then we couldn't go out with anybody else. We were the only two. I mean,
So I guess that worked out for the best.
So the skunk brought you together, is what you're saying.
you basically forced us.
By driving them away from every other human being.
Pepe Le Pew is
Robin.
real.
How long does that take to like get off of you?
We buried some. John was wearing a wool fishnet sweater and a leather belt that got buried. Just
Oh, wow.
it doesn't go away. The
I've heard that-
dogs, I can
Yeah.
get it off of them kind of, but they still stink for.
But what you're forgetting in this whole conversation is Janine and John had to bathe each other in tomato juice.
Yes.
Then they got married.
Wait, does milk work for that too?
Is that fruit juice or vegetable juice?
Tomato. Yeah.
Both.
fruit.
Yeah, is it? Yeah.
I don't know.
Legally,
how-
it's a vegetable. Scientifically, it's a fruit.
So Janine,
Mechanical
I'm
fruit, a
started on
culinary
the
vegetable.
1940s. I'm in the
Oh.
1940s now. And this guy, it's just so interesting, the stuff he wrote. He kept copies of everything he wrote. Even if he wrote a handwriting letter, hi mom, here I am in Paris, 1941. He hand wrote it and then he wrote it again so that one copy went to his mom and one copy he kept. So he has copies
So
of everything he mailed.
Did you come across letters to Grace, or is that only on my?
I have the
Because I
letters
have-
to Grace. What did you get those letters from Grace's family?
No, they were ones that he had.
I have some more.
Okay. Well, I'm putting everything on a flash drive, and I'm going up to pick up from Steve the
other
home
letters?
movies. 8mm
Carl.
movies were converted to digital. I'm going up to pick those up maybe Wednesday.
Okay, well, I'm on the 40s. I'm going through. It is so interesting. There's so much stuff, and I haven't hardly even read anything. I'm just barely glancing at it. But the family, I've done the family genealogy. It came to me. I know more about the genealogy of this family than anybody alive. It's kind of creepy. So it's very interesting family. And long American. So
Susan the stalker.
that's how I feel. I've been going onto Facebook pages of all his living ancestors. They don't know I'm there. I've been stalking him because I'm thinking in my mind, who should own these pictures? They shouldn't be owned by, a science group. They should go to the family. And I've been looking at the pages to see which ones are Trump supporters.
Ah,
And there's several. There's
Did you
several in
stop
Oregon
recording
that are
yet?
Trump supporters, and I'm like, oh,
the recording, it's still recording.
You probably
It's
don't want to
still
record
recording.
that.
I don't care.
It's still recording.
But all right, I guess we should go.
I just put in the chat if anyone cares.